We are live from the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium for the second T20I. Earlier, the teams arrived in their respective buses, the Ireland side confident after a wonderful performance in the first T20I. The likes of 𝗿𝗲𝗃 Pendergrast and Arlene Kelly had a wonderful outing, taking 3 wickets each in the first game. Bangladesh had a batting collapse, but that would also play in the Irish mind to make sure they can do it again in the second game. Here comes the Bangladesh side, the home side, on their team bus. Jahannar Alam gets off from the bus. Of course, she will be ready for another good performance. It was a comeback for her in the first T20I in this tour. She didn't play any matches in the one-day series. 𝗬𝗏 𝗂𝗃𝗃, who recently was nominated in the ICC Player of the Month award. Here we have the tour schedule. Bangladesh won the one-day series 3-0 in Mirpur, 154 runs, 5 wickets and 7 wickets. In Sylhet, they've won the first T20I by 12 runs, and now we have the second T20I today, and the third one is on the 9th. Some wonderful sights here, the picturesque Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. The Irish are lumbering up for another go at Bangladesh. They will be keen on bowling the right length, but one factor that they would also look at is their fielding. Ireland dropped plenty of catches in the first T20I. It could have caused them, but it ultimately Bangladesh couldn't quite take advantage of it. Bangladesh will hope that 𝗬𝗏 𝗂𝗃𝗃 gets the runs, Fahima Khatun limbering up, and you have the rest of the side trying to make sure that they get back in this series, make it 1-1 today. Bangladesh's fielders were earlier in great mood as they played a little bit of football. This is the Ireland T20 squad led by Gabby Lewis, Leah Paul, who made that half century in the last game. They have the likes of Freya Sargent, Una Hoy, Coulter Riley, Sarah Forbes, Amy Hunter, the wicketkeeper, Laura Delaney, Rebecca Stockel, Arlene Kelly, 𝗿𝗲𝗃 Pendergast, Elise Tector, Cara Murray, Ava Canning, and Amy Maguire. The Bangladesh squad led by Nigar Sultana Jyoti, Sharmin Akhtar, Dilara Akhtar, Murshida Khatun, Shorna Akhtar, Sobhana Mostari, Nahida Akhtar, Fariha Trishna, Jahannar Alam, Rabia Khan, Fahima Khatun, Jannatul Shumona, Ritu Moni, Shanjida Mekla, and Taj Nehar. We will now go to the pitch report.
We've moved from pitch number 4 to pitch number 6 for the second T20I between Bangladesh women and Ireland women. Apart from the number itself, there doesn't seem to be any more difference. Remains the same. It's a belter of a wicket. Let's have a look. Green all around, lots of green. Green grass, live grass. Goes on to say there is something, perhaps a bit more than something, for the seamers with the new ball. As far as the spinners are concerned, it's going to skid on. There are a few parts here and there. If the ball pitches there, we might expect to see a bit of variable bounce. The spinners turned out to be quite expensive in the first T20I, so they'll have to be wary. But for the batters, this is a paradise. As far as stats are concerned, first innings average this year has been 134. This is prior to this series. And before that, the first innings average on this ground has been 126. Both the scores have been discarded in the first T20I when Ireland scored 169. Again, historically, Tim's winning the toss, having a bat first in women's T20I here in Sylhet, putting some runs on the scoreboard, putting pressure, have won the match most of the times. Ireland did the same. I think the formula is going to remain the same for this second T20I.
A few of the members of the crowd, there was a bit of a crowd in the first game. We expect a few more today, this being the weekend here in Sylhet, the large stand on the west side of the ground. We now head over to Mazharuddin Omi for the toss.
It's toss time of this second T20 international between Bangladesh and Ireland women's. I've got the captains, Nigar Sultana Jyoti, Gabby Lewis, alongside the match referee, Supriya Rani Dash. Jyoti would spin the coin. Heads is the call.
Heads.
It's a head. Gabby, what have you decided and why?
We're going to have a bat today. It looks like a really good wicket. It's a different wicket to the last day, but we think it'll play the same. So hopefully get a good total on the board like we did the last game and defend it.
Obviously, you got the confidence after the first game, and winning this series, winning the first game of this series must have given you a lot of confidence.
Yeah, definitely. I think still winning and still not playing our best game of cricket was key for us. I think we've still some improvements to be made, and hopefully we can put that into practice today.
Are you playing with the same combination?
We aren't. We have two changes. 𝗂𝗂𝗪𝗲 and 𝗂𝗵𝗵 comes comes in for Ava Canning and 𝗂𝗓𝗏.
Thank you very much and all the best.
Thank you.
Jyoti, you would have batted as well?
No, we actually wanted to bowl first just because of the dew factor, because we have seen the last game. It was pretty difficult to hold the ball, and we have a very good spin side, so I wanted to give them a good opportunity to bowl. And maybe the last game we didn't bowl well, and fielders didn't support them, but today I think it looks good. The team comes with a good confidence, so I'm looking forward for that.
Obviously, after the first game, you'll be looking to bounce back in the second game to stay alive in the series?
Yeah, definitely. It is a very important game for all of us, because this is a game we really need to win, because we have to level the series. And I think it's a very good opportunity for both the team, because what we have done in the last game, it was a very competitive game. Whoever watched in the TV, they really enjoyed it. So I'm hoping that we are going to play a similar kind of game.
Any changes in the playing 11?
So we have two changes, Meghla and 𝗂𝗏 comes in the side.
Thank you very much and all the best. Right, so the news from the center is that Ireland have won the toss and they have decided to bat first.
We are just a few minutes away from the second T20I. We just heard from the two captains. Ireland have won the toss and decided to bat first for the second time in this series. Here we have the Ireland lineup. Amy Hunter, Gabby Lewis, Orla Pendergrast, Leah Paul, Laura Delaney, Sarah Forbes, Rebecca Stokel, who comes into the side, Arlene Kelly, Elena Dalzell, Freya Sargent, and Amy Maguire.
Two changes each.
Bangladesh, meanwhile, have also made two changes to the side. Nigar Jyoti, Nahida Akhtar, Sharmin Supta, Sobhane Mustari, Shorna Akhtar, Fahima Khatun comes into the side. Jahanur Alam, Taj Nehar, Sanjida Meghla also gets in. Jannatul Shumona and Dilar Akhtar continues in the side. We have the two umpires making their way out in the middle, Suzanne Redfern and Dolly Rani Sarkar. I now welcome my co-commentator 𝗂𝗏 Ghosh to start proceedings.
Good afternoon, Isam, and good afternoon all, and welcoming everyone again to the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium for the second T20 International between Bangladesh and Ireland women. The Sinora Ireland Tour of Bangladesh Tour, powered by 𝗬𝗎ci, and courtesy of their first win in the T20 International Series, Gabby Lewis and her side lead the series 1-0. She batted magnificently that very day. The umpires officiating, TV umpire Shathira Zakir Jesse on duty in front of the TV screen, and quite a few duties also other than that, apart from just sitting in front of the TV set. Quite a few buttons to operate. Supriya Rani Das, the match referee, and the on-field umpires have already been mentioned by Mohammad Isam as Amy Hunter and Gabby Lewis. They make their way into the middle. Gabby Lewis batted really well. Nigar Sultana Jyoti back to keeping the wickets in this match. Are you surprised with that decision?
Not at all, not at all. Dilar Akhtar, who batted really well in the last game, didn't really have a great time behind the stumps. It's good to see Nigar Sultana Jyoti behind the stumps. And it also helps her in her captaincy. That's one of the right places to lead the side and see all sides of the ground. And that's her natural position as well in the ground. So she's now back behind the stumps.
Indeed, she is. Now, Amy Hunter, she looked well in the ODI series. Scored a century, unbeaten 101, and a strike rate of 110. She can be quite destructive. It's a batter definitely who likes to express herself. And she takes a big and deep breath. Yeah, we know about the captain.
𝗂𝗵𝗀𝗧, of course, batted so well in the last game. Very experienced, 92 matches, 2,000 plus runs in the format, and looked very comfortable in the first T20i and also in the third ODI. So she's been in the runs. She's been in good form.
We're all set as Jahanara starts proceedings from the media end. First delivery, fair bit of swing was observed.
Fair bit of seam movement as well. Slightly cooler today in Sylhet, slightly overcast. We don't really see the sun out blazing down on the pitch today. Ireland would definitely enjoy it, and I'm sure the Bangladesh team would enjoy this weather as well, especially Jahanara, who likes to swing the ball a little. Bangladesh, however, are not a very seamer-friendly team today. Shamannoy, they have dropped both their seamers, Fariha Trishna and Ritu Moni, so it's only Jahanara with the new ball, and they have packed the side with spinners.
Oh, that's the channel. That's the channel where you need to bowl. Bit of a chatter between the keeper and the bowler.
Yes, I think Nigar was just praising Jahanara and telling her that there is a lot of movement. Perhaps she was mentioning about a slip, and Jahanara is, being the bowler that she is, always trying to contain runs with a third man in place and a short fine in place. She would like to keep the scoring down, get her lines and lengths in order, and then maybe attack.
Again, nice shape. Run on and off. And speaking of that, Isam, you know, there was a slip for the first delivery, and then it was taken off. Just makes me wonder, you know, and then we would see an edge go through that region. There it is, the match referee, Supriya Rani Das.
Yes, today Jahanara did start with the slip, removed it immediately, and now some bowlers are keen on cutting down on the boundaries first. Another great delivery. I'm just half expecting Amy Hunter to go for her ramp shot and paddle shot right away with the fine leg up inside the circle, but she has to choose the right delivery in that case. We have a debutant today. The umpire 𝗿𝗬𝗀 Sarkar is making her T20i debut as an on-field umpire. Maybe see Fahima, who's made her way back into the side after missing the first T20i.
Oh, crack of the bat, sounded good. Few bounces to the boundary, first boundary, and Ireland are off the tracks.
Amy Hunter goes after Jahanara over mid-wicket. I was expecting her to play the ramp shot to start off with, but she chooses the one over mid-wicket. A right old slap over that region for a couple of bounces and into the fence. Ireland are up and running. Fifth ball of the match. Gets her boundary.
It was a brave shot from Amy Hunter against the movement of the delivery. Huge gap there. This time she comes back and plays with a straight bat. Good first over, 4 without loss. The first over was entirely faced by Amy Hunter. Now 𝗂𝗵𝗀𝗧 will be on strike, and here's the change. One of the changes made by Bangladesh as Meghla, Sanjida Akhtar Meghla, the left arm spinner, will be introduced very early on into the attack by Nigar Sultana Jyoti, and she's still there having a chat with the bowler, setting the field deep mid-wicket and long on in during the field restrictions. There it is, and as you mentioned in the previous over, Isam, that they've changed 2 seamers, even though we've seen that the pitch here, the conditions here, been prone to support the seam bowlers.
This surface is a different one than the first T20i, so there is news that it might be slower than the one in the previous game, and that's probably why Bangladesh have brought on the extra bowling options in the spin department.
Yeah, flat and onto the stumps, nicely defended. Just makes me also wonder, you know, if it has something to do with the prowess the Ireland batters have when it comes to batting against spin. There's a slip provided for Sanjida Meghla. This one went on straight with the arm, nicely placed by Gabby Lewis. Well, that one's racing away and wins the race, beats Jahanara to the boundary.
Meghla will have to quickly adjust her pace against Gabby Lewis. She's looked very comfortable against all types of spin that Bangladesh offered in the last game. And she likes to get off the mark quickly. That was a very well-timed cut shot from Gabby Lewis. Went back and just punched it through behind point. Jahanara giving that valiant chase, but not reaching the ball in time.
They put emphasis on partnership. The first T20i. Oh! Nice comeback from Sanjida Meghla. A bit of turn and perhaps slowed it down also.
Slow in pace, not like Nahida Akhtar, who bowls slightly quicker. We'll see Nahida shortly as well. But Sanjida seems to be a bowler who likes to give it a bit of air and let the pitch do much of the work with the ball turning out.
Fuller played from the front foot. On drive is on. They're coming back for the second. Good running between the wickets, between the Ireland openers.
Excellent shot there from Gabby Lewis. 6 runs already in the over, 4 balls. Ireland has again made Bangladesh wait for that first wicket. It wasn't like that in the ODIs when Bangladesh got the early wicket quickly.
It's just a matter of one innings, one knock, one partnership, and all of a sudden you see the body language of Gabby Lewis. It was later on in the ODI series where she found her touch. Amy Hunter got a half century in the second ODI.
Excellent delivery from Sanjida Meghla to end the over. Ireland 10 for no loss after 2 overs.
Yeah, so spin from one end and seam from the other is the initial trick and challenge given by Nigar Sultana Jyoti's side. She wants the deep third to come a bit finer. Comes down the track and yet again hits through long on, up and away, 4 runs.
Goes across the line there, Amy Hunter, with that chip shot over the mid-on fielder. Shorna Akhtar giving that chase. Nicely timed. It was an outswinger again. She's taking that chance against Jahanara Alam's deliveries, which are going away from her. And now Nigar Sultana has posted Shorna Akhtar at long on to stop that shot. And the deep third becomes a short third.
Yeah, they know the trick. Deep third and fine, both inside the circle. Moves across. As we were just saying, that fine leg is also inside the circle. Long on has been pushed back. Now, Orla Prendergast and Arlene Kelly in particular, both of them bowled brilliantly in the first T20i, maintained that length, back of a length, hard length around the off-stump area. One of the ways of going against it is coming down the track, using a few steps forward. Now she places off the back foot. Nice looking square cut. That should race away also. She is dealing in boundaries, is Amy Hunter.
Superb shot there from Amy Hunter. Times that ball so beautifully. It goes past the point fielder, who tried hard and probably got a finger to it maybe, but couldn't really stop it as it flashed to the boundary. Yes, there was a bit of effort there from the point fielder, but it still went to the boundary. It was hit that hard, 𝗂𝗧।
She's causing the bowler to think. Is it coming down the track and then again trying the ramp? Bowler pitches a tad bit short. Goes full. Nicely tucked away into the gap for a single. This is good batting.
Yes, excellent batting from Amy Hunter. She has already forced Nigar Sultana into making some changes in the field. And that's mainly because she can play all around the wicket. She's shown her ability to chip the ball over the infield. She has that ramp shot in her back pocket. And we've just seen that she can play square of the wicket on the offside as well. Few things to ponder for Nigar Sultana. She's having a bit of chat with her fielders around just to make sure that everyone is in touch.
Better. Good comeback from Jahanara as the field has been put back again like it was earlier on in the over.
Yes, Gabby Lewis will try to play a similar shot to Amy Hunter, the one over long on, but probably she's more comfortable playing that shot against spin. We might be wrong because she has seen the mid-on coming up as well, so that shot is also on now.
In the block hole, straight back to the bowler. Good over for Ireland, 9 runs off it, 19 without loss after 3. Yeah, still plenty of batting to follow. Leah Paul, Laura Delaney, Orla Prendergast. Leah Paul batted amazingly in the first T20i, 79 of 45, forming that partnership with the captain of 107 runs. Now there's going to be a change in bowling, another change from the pavilion end, right opposite to us, and it's going to be Shumona, Jannatul Firdaus Shumona, the off spinner, is going to come on into the attack. Short, moves the front leg, nicely pulled away, races away from the fielder as well. 4 runs.
You cannot bowl short to Amy Hunter. She will rock back, and as she does in this delivery, plays the pull shot quite easily. First ball from Shumona, maybe she hasn't loosened up enough, but it's a short ball and deposited to the square leg boundary for a boundary. Starts the over with a boundary, which puts the pressure back on the bowler. It's only the 4th over of the innings, and Amy Hunter's already raced off to a good start, 17 of 11.
Again, not as short as the previous one, perhaps slightly quicker.
Amy will go back to that delivery because it was on the shorter side, and you have 2 fielders inside the circle. 𝗂𝗧, the short fine leg and the square leg is also inside the circle. So you have a mid-wicket, but when Shumona drops it short, the mid-wicket doesn't really have to be in play. All Amy Hunter has to do is lift it over the square leg or just play it past her. Shumona has to be very careful with her length now.
Again, she goes in front of square. Mid-wicket is there. Now, the square leg was positioned perhaps if she goes aerial in the square leg region, but this is smart batting.
Yes, Amy Hunter has already showed that she missed out in the last game, and she now wants to make up for it. But Shobana, you can't really set field for a bad ball. You will have to set field for a good ball.
In quite a few occasions, we've seen Gabby Lewis play that stroke and get success in the first T20i.
Yeah, she is pretty good against spin. She can play also on the offside as well. Some of her shots are pretty good, and she obviously will wait for that short ball.
Oh, just off the outside edge. Goes straight behind the keeper. And 4, not in the most ideal manner, but they will take it.
Bad luck there from Shumona. The first ball she pitched up, but it took the outside edge. Maybe it was not a involuntary shot. It must have been an intended shot with the gap, with the fine leg slightly, with the deep short third slightly wide. Gabby Lewis very cleverly just guides it past the wicketkeeper for a boundary.
Already 9 of this Jannatul Shumona over. Full square drive, nicely fielded there. Throw back in quick time. Good cricket all around. After 4, Ireland women are 28 without loss. We're in for the 5th over, and we'll see the 4th bowler being brought back. But this is the last delivery of the previous over.
Probably the best ball that Shumona bowled.
Meghla bowls outside the off. Drags it, sweeps it nicely along the ground. Importantly, Amy Hunter will get a single. So, yeah, not the fourth bowler, but change of ends for Sanjida Meghla.
Yes, and spin. So Jahanara probably could come back from the other end, but spin is the order of the day for Nigar Sultana, who's trying to make sure that Ireland start. Already they are more than 7 and over. Trying to cut that down.
And again, this time Gabby Lewis taking the same ploy.
Outside of stump, and they're both trying to sweep. Because of that big gap, you can see a deep mid wicket and a long on in place, but they're trying to use that gap behind the short square leg fielder or past her to get that boundary. The offside is also packed. But I think
goes again. This time gets hold of it, and it will be a boundary.
Again, a fuller delivery on the stumps, this time closer to the batter, as Gabby Lewis goes down and sweeps it over the square leg fielder for a boundary. As I said before, Meghla has to think about her length against these two batters. They're not going to play the conventional way that normal visiting batters would bat in Bangladesh. They've already got a measure of the pitch and the pace of this pitch. They understand what sort of shots to play. She'll have to think hard and bring her to play more conventional shots on the offside.
And there it is. She goes outside the off. She played it late, did Gabby Lewis.
Simple signs, Shomona. You bowl on the offside, more fielders on the offside, less chance of that ball going through, unless it's a ranked bad ball. So you wouldn't want the batter, you wouldn't want to, if the batter wants to play that sweep shot, wouldn't want to give her that.
Like to see Gabby Lewis take that cover fielder on. Goes for the off drive, fielder there. Because we haven't seen the batters take that inside out shot, not much.
No, not much, but they have had deliveries that they have used well outside the off stump. They've played that odd cover drive or that cut shot, so they do have that shot, I think.
Yeah, played it late deliberately, but thankfully for Bangladesh, straight to Shamin Shupta at short third. Will end the over. After 5, Ireland women are 33 without loss. Yeah. Now there's going to be a change in bowling from the far end. Nahida Akhtar, the left arm spinner, is entrusted with the ball, and as she quite often is, by Nigar Sultana Jyoti. Swept straight to square leg. Bangladesh need wickets here.
They need wickets quickly, and the end of the power play almost, the last over. Ireland have already taken that first step, ensuring that they haven't lost the wicket and they have got a good start.
Flighted. Yeah, again, just to the fielder. No, I've been informed, courtesy of our stats guru, that the pair in the middle, Amy Hunter and Gabby Lewis, they've featured in the only partnership for Ireland women's, like overall, the only pair crossing 1,000+ runs. In the air. Oh, dropped. Shorna Akhtar at short third was an easy one.
Yes, Shorna Akhtar perhaps celebrated a little too early there. Very easy catch, just lobbed to her at short third. Her hands started to come up before she could grab it. That was very unfortunate. It was the chance that Bangladesh were looking for. Amy Hunter goes for the reverse. Couldn't connect it. Simple chance. Amy Hunter on 19 when she was dropped.
Oh, good bowling. Went for that shot again, Gabby Lewis, but beaten on this occasion.
Exactly, Nahida being Bangladesh's best bowler in the park today, she shows that bowling on the off-stump line and the advantages of it, already creating trouble.
Is that a catch? She gets the wicket of Gabby Lewis. She will wait if the catch has been taken properly. Dilara Akhtar has taken a blinder at backward square leg.
That was an excellent catch at short fine by Dilara Akhtar. Dived to her right and completed the catch. Not a lot of harm done for Bangladesh after the dropped catch. There we see it, sweep shot, and she had to dive in front. That is a difficult one, but I think she has her fingers under that ball, and the batter is off, so that's the first wicket for Bangladesh.
Indeed is, and a big wicket for Bangladesh. Gabby Lewis goes for 14. Ireland are 34 for 1. Nahida Akhtar was brought in for a wicket, and she got it with this one.
Yes, she's bowled a very good over. She's creating all sorts of shots from the Irish. They're trying to get her away. She hasn't given away many runs in this over too, so that's when the shot came out.
He's just given away one single. Now Orla Prendergast is the batter in at 3, bowled beautifully, but has a job to do with the bat in hand now. Yeah, went deep inside and defended nicely behind it. End of the power play it will be, and Ireland women are 34 for 1. Calls for a change in the commentary box. Shanu Rabbani along with Mazharuddin Omi.
been a decent start for Ireland until they lost the wicket of Amy Hunter. Beg your pardon, it was 𝗂𝗵𝗄𝗧, the skipper. Amy Hunter got an opportunity though. In the first T20i, Ireland added 35 for 1 in the power plays. Confirmation by the umpire, and they have added 34 for 1 in this game. Jannatul Shumona. No turn. Skids through. Good afternoon, Shanur.
Good afternoon, Mazhar. And yeah, immediately we're seeing spin doing the trick for Bangladesh, as it has done on so many occasions. Jannatul Shumona, she likes to skid it through a bit. We've seen that in the previous match as well.
This time giving a lot of air. We haven't seen much of a turn even in the first game. There's live grass covered all across the surface, which means the ball would skid on to the batters, which at times helps the batters to play their stroke.
I think she's trying to tell the batter to go over the top because there is a long on, and that's why the previous delivery was flighted. So bowling according to the field.
Again, she needed to bowl a bit closer to the stump. Yes, there's fielders packed on the offside, but Orla Prendergast tried to play that late, trying to use their space.
No slip in place, perhaps that's why. And there you see her changing her length and cramping the batter for a bit more room. Orla yet to get off the mark. So with the new batter in place, Captain Nigar Sultana Jyoti could utilize that first slip.
Comes down the track, powerfully struck, and will get a maximum. The first one of the innings for Ireland, and it came off the bat of Orla Prendergast.
Previously, we had our co-commentators Mohammad Islam and Shorturl Ghosh talking about how the batters haven't really gone inside out, and now we see a perfect example of that, getting full result for it. Excellent timing, connection, power. That shot had everything. Perhaps the shot of the day so far.
Overcompensating this time, Shumona bowled a lot shorter. End of a good over for Ireland. 8 from it. They are 42 for 1 after 7.
over.
42 for 1 after 7. Once again, a decent start by the Irish batters. Despite losing their skipper, the in-form batter 𝗂𝗵𝗄𝗧, Orla Prendergast smashed a wonderful stroke for a 6 in the previous over. Good to see crowds coming in. I hope they gradually increase as the day progresses.
And good to see some of them having some chips, enjoying themselves. And Fahima Khatun into the attack for the first time. A lot of spin in action, as we have spoken about earlier. Just the one pacer for Bangladesh.
Missed out in the first game. Fahima Khatun, experienced campaigner. We spoke about Bangladeshi bowlers in the ODIs, bowled a lot closer onto the stump. But in the first T20 international, it's against the right-handers of the Bangladeshi bowlers where they pitched 29% on length, 58 fuller. But most importantly, they bowled a lot wider, with hardly any turn in the surface. If you could look at the graphics again, that might have been close. But yeah, just going back to the discussion, Shanur, they bowled a lot wider. That's the first T20 international where the Bangladeshi bowlers pitched. The idea was to bowl onto the stump, hardly any turn,
So the idea this game will be to bowl onto the stump.
Absolutely, and we saw the Irish batters running between the wickets very, very well. And here we can see another example. They run the first one very quickly, but Subhana Mustari doing the fielding at the deep mid-wicket region, containing it to just a single. Amy Hunter, Orla Pendergrast, we talk about these names. They have been amongst the runs in the ODI series and now leading into the first T20 international and this match as well.
You can see the batters can trust the surface coming down the track, knowing the fact that there's hardly any turn in the surface, and with good bounce, they can trust the surface and play their strokes.
And the captaincy has to be a bit proactive here from Nigar Sultana Jyoti, because she's opened up a lot of space on the leg side. As we can see, there's a deep mid-wicket and there's a deep backward square leg for Fahima Khatun. And both these batters, they're eyeing that region. And there's also a long on as well. They're eyeing that region for the quick single and perhaps a double.
Yeah, so idea is to be bowl roundabout off stump, sloppy again. Overthrow. This is another area Bangladesh would need to work on, especially after the first game. Compared to Ireland, they did grab few catches, but there were a few misfields and a few drop catches as well.
Yeah, both teams struggled in the field, to be very honest. Ireland just batted better. Again, short. The fielder will have to do some work there, and she does a decent job. Shupta on this occasion, keeping it down to a single. So that's 8 overs done. Ireland 48 for 1.
Once again, partnership building for Ireland. Orla Pendergast setting the tempo right away ever since she walked into the middle with that gorgeous 6 over long off. And once again, you mentioned about the Irish batters eyeing that onside. That's very good fielding in the deep. But I must mention Fahima should have bowled according to her field. Most of them were on the offside. Being a leg spinner, you should pitch that on the offside and let the ball do something, go away from the right-hander.
Short, but on this occasion, the length might not have played such a big factor because the line was much better. Jannatul Shumona so far bowling the 2.1 overs, giving away 17 runs. Ireland once again off to a decent start, 48 for 1 from 8.1 overs. They like to build on it.
Improvising again. This could be close. Very close and given. Jannatul Shumana strikes for Bangladesh, and Amy Hunter paid the price of playing too many strokes on the onside.
Smart work by the bowler. She waited just a bit because she saw the batter moving across, showing her stumps, and then she aimed at the stumps. Sue Redfern made no mistake in raising her finger. That looked very plumb. And Amy Hunter has to go. She's gone for a run-a-ball 23. Ireland losing their second wicket at a very vital time in this innings, 48 for 2. As we can see, Shumona bowling it, just holding her action just a fraction of a second. And that did the trick.
It was a very high-risk shot, Shanur, exposing all the stump. And as I mentioned, Amy Hunter, a run-a-ball 23, played well. But Bangladesh manages to remove Amy Hunter, who's been in good touch. Just going back to the discussion we mentioned about the Bangladeshi bowlers bowled a lot wider in the first game. And we have seen the reward they're getting in this game, bowling onto the stump, especially the wicket of Amy Hunter, targeting the stump, Shumona.
Yeah, not the best of shots on this occasion, but that's something that this format of the game really brings out. batters taking that extra risk for those runs. And it pays off on a lot of occasions. I wouldn't say on most occasions. And that's what they're always looking for. So 𝗂𝗂𝗃, high score of 79. That was in the last game.
Batted really well on the other day. Scored her maiden T20 50. It was a career best knock, as you mentioned. Just notice how she grips her bat, how high she holds the bat.
And she wants to get off the mark quickly, but that's smart bowling by Jannatul Shumona. This over has been brilliant. And we spoke about the right-handed batters. Here's a look at what Bangladesh did against the left-handed batters.
Same thing, Shanu. Bowled a lot wider. And with the grip 𝗂𝗂𝗃 has, she got the elevation playing that on the onside, especially against the spinner. They need to bowl a lot fuller and onto the stump to 𝗂𝗂𝗃.
This time it's much better. Perhaps not as full as you mentioned, but cramping the batter for room.
71% fuller. That's good, but they bowled a lot wider. And with her idea to play that long handle, she needs to have that revelation while going for that strokes.
Another dot ball. So that ends a wicket maiden for Bangladesh. Excellent by Shumona. Ireland 48 for 2 after 9.
Bangladesh did well, keeping things tight for the Irish batters. They are 48 for 2 now. Another very good thing so far for Bangladesh has been they've just given one extra.
In the last match, they were guilty of giving away quite a few. But this is an opportunity for the Tigresses to claw their way back into this match and this series. 𝗂𝗂𝗃 will be a key wicket for the Irish.
Sanjita Akhtar Meghla. With fielders covered all across the offside, she can't bowl too wide and too short. There's no fielder in the deep. She's got 2 fielders on the onside, patrolling the boundary.
Excellent bowling on this occasion. Orla Pendergrass yet to really get going. She hit that one big 6. Apart from that, it's been tough work for her out there. Bangladesh, they're maintaining their lines and lengths much better this match.
Again, a quick run taken. Sanjita Akhtar. Again sloppy. They need to maintain those backups. Nigar Sultana Jyoti is not happy.
She seems to be having a word with Sue Redfern, who's the leg umpire in this over. I wonder what it's about. And the running between the wickets by the Irish, nonetheless, has been a feature in the first match and in this game as well. 𝗂𝗂𝗃 yet to get off the mark at the non-striker's end.
Use the feet again, going to the pitch of the delivery. Nicely timed, good work in the deep, but they will get a couple. Good cricket by Orla Pendergast, using her height, going on to the pitch of the delivery.
She's got plenty of power as well. You can see the crack it made, and here's the wicket that Ireland lost just a while ago.
Sanjita Akhtar Meghla from BKSP picked up a hat-trick, the first ever cricket match she played with the boys in table tennis cricket. wanted to become a lawyer, studying sports science at Daffodil University.
Good ball. Great ball.
A decent over from her, just 5 from it. Ireland 53 for 2 after 10. It's also time for the players and match officials to have a drinks break. Continue. It's been a good start for Bangladesh, although Ireland came up with a positive frame of mind, especially Gabby Lewis and Amy Hunter. The informed batters for Ireland played some glorious strokes, preferring that onside pretty often and often lucky as well. Using that sweeps and reverse sweeps at times were lucky, Amy Hunter, but Gabby Lewis was taken brilliantly by Dilara, who's not keeping the wickets today. Niga Sultana Jyoti taking up the gloves, and that's the wicket of Amy Hunter. Shumona bowling onto the stump, getting that reward. Faima Khatun.
That's very poorly bowled, but she won't get punished for it. Just a single. There is protection at the deep. Faima immediately asking for more fielders on the leg side. In fact, she wants the deep mid wicket and deep backward square leg to come up forward for the left-handed Leah Paul, who's yet to get off the mark. So it's going to be very straight from her, with a packed offside field inside the circle, 3 fielders on the off. In fact, 4 now coming in. There is a long on, long off, deep mid wicket, deep square leg in place. So she'll have to keep it within the stumps.
Not allowing any room to Leah Paul will be the key for the Bangladeshi bowlers. As we have seen the graphic showing anything outside the off stump, she will launch onto it.
Yeah, you mentioned about the way she grips the bat. There we see an example. It's in the air but falls safely. And because it was closer to the stumps, she really couldn't get underneath it like she would want to. Still gets 2 runs off the mark.
Leah Paul played a crucial role in the first game. Once again, all eyes will be on her. Player in form. She and Gabby Lewis added 107 runs for the third wicket. That was the highest for Ireland for the third wicket.
Orla Prendergast back on strike, and she will be another key wicket for Ireland. She grew up playing men's cricket. In fact, her whole family plays cricket, and she's definitely made it the farthest. So you can consider her to be the best cricketer in her family.
Too short, too wide, and punished. Orla Prendergast, as I mentioned, anything outside the off stump, she will pounce onto it, and Fahima Khatun is guilty of bowling that one.
It's very difficult on this sort of surface where there's not much turn, and that was short and wide. You can see it came off the surface very nicely onto the bat, and the outfield is very fast.
This time straight to the fielder. 8 runs from the over. Ireland 61 for 2 after 11. What a beautiful sight. Picturesque Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. Tea gardens all around. Players love playing in this venue. They love to hang around as well in this beautiful city. Especially the Irish players. They're having a great time, Shanu. Already learned quite a few Bengali words as well, especially Gabby Lewis.
And I'm sure the people that are in the crowd are enjoying themselves as well.
Not giving anything outside the off stump will be the key against Leah Paul. Shanu just mentioned about the first T20, the phase-wise batting for Ireland. They scored 35 for 1 in the power play with a run rate of 5.83. But between 7 to 15 overs, they've managed to score 95 runs, losing just 1 wicket. And the run rate was 10.55. But the Bangladesh team did well in this game. They were 34 for 1 in the power play. And so far, they kept things quiet.
So far is the key word here, or the key phrase, because there's still plenty more cricket left and this game can go anywhere. But yes, Bangladesh are looking to build on that momentum that the bowlers have given them, and the fielders as well. They've caught better. They've dropped one, but they caught brilliantly as well. And the ground fielding has been better overall.
2 full. Easy for Orla Prendergast. Just help that over the bowler's head. Straight as an arrow. She will fetch another boundary.
That is raw power right there. Again, not much room given to her, but it was on the slot. A half volley length. She could get underneath it and just play through the line, because she's realized there's not much turn here, as was the case in the first match. So Shumona will have to give it less flight, maybe a faster delivery.
That was nicely played, using the pace of the bowler. Not a bad delivery at all, Shanu, but must say, well played by Orla Prendergast.
We saw it in the last over as well, where she generally likes to play on the back foot. Now, this was a delivery that most batters would come on the front foot, but she came on the back foot and guided it through the deep third region. We saw power, and now we're seeing precision and deft touches from Orla, and really she's got a brilliant game.
That's a sign of a very good batter. reading the bowler's mind and also playing that mind game. Bowled a lot slower this time. So bowling slow will also be a key. Good running between the wicket. That's good cricket by the two batters out there.
You really can't fault the bowler that much. It's just been fantastic batting by Orla Pendergast, and so far in this over, she's managed to take 10 runs against the bowling of 𝗼𝗂𝗃𝗄𝗎. She is back on strike for the final delivery and moves on to 30 from 22. So her innings is starting to build up nicely as the Irish innings also picks up momentum.
Tossed up, full toss. Straight to the field at long on. She'll only get a single, but nevertheless it was a very good over. 12 from it. 𝗼𝗂𝗃𝗄𝗎 finishes her spell. 29 for 1 after 4 overs for her. 73 for 2 for Ireland.
And it's time for a change in the comm box as Shorturl Ghosh will be joining alongside Mohammad Isam.
Bangladesh have got a measure of this game against Ireland, the second T20i. 𝗼𝗂𝗃𝗄𝗎 especially, she's bowled out her 4 overs, 29 for 1, 13 dot ball. She didn't start that well, but she's recovered with that wicket. Nahida is back into the attack from the media end. Ireland have their best batters from the first T20i, Olga Prendergast and Leah Paul, or one half of that best batting pair. Leah Paul is still in the crease.
Bangladesh have managed to slow it down a bit as a result of the wickets, but Orla Prendergast has picked up from there, 31, 32 now off 24. Just want to bring up the fact that in the first T20I, after the first 10 overs, Ireland women were 67 for 2. Today, on the contrary, they were 53 for 2. They got the start, courtesy of Amy Hunter, but thanks to those 2 wickets, one of them grabbed by Nahida, they've slowed down the pace a bit. Onto the stumps, she comes down the wicket. Single on offer.
It was that Nahida's first over, the 6th over of the innings, that changed the course or changed the momentum of this game. The course hasn't fully changed yet, but at least Ireland have been slowed down, and Nigar Sultana has manipulated with her bowlers throughout this innings, having to manage the spinners mainly. Change ends every once in a while.
Down the wicket, goes aerial, straight to the fielder. Gets the second wicket, does Nahida. Easy catch taken by Meghla. And the job's not yet over, but well done. As Orla Prendergast, she has to go.
Nahida continues to give Nigar Sultana that breakthrough. Slowed it down. Orla Prendergast goes down the wicket, but she misunderstood the length perhaps. Only played a cut shot that went straight to Sanjida Meghla at point. There you see it. Slowed it down. She was deceived by that length. And an easy catch for Sanjida Meghla, who gives it a bit of a kiss, completing the catch. Orla Prendergast goes for 32 of 25 balls. Ireland 75 for 3.
Nahida coming around the wicket, pitching it short, came down the wicket but did not middle it. He's just trying to maybe lob it over the fielder, but not enough behind it, not enough elevation, and easy as Meghla did the rest. Again, good bowling. Jyoti charges and wants her bowler behind the stump. She knows that the job is not yet done as Laura Delaney is in the middle.
Nahida using all of her experience, holding that holding back that length to Orla Prendergast, who was advancing. Here we have a look at Laura Delany's career. High score of 70 not out, strike rate of 82.96. She's got 350s at this format.
Played late. Smart batting. Good call from Leah Paul. She wants the strike. She has the hunger. But Bangladesh bowlers have made it difficult for her today.
Yes, they have bowled better lengths and better lines to Leah Paul, as Nahida is up for the end of her over now. Ball 5 very good balls.
Yeah, she wants Sharna Akhtar at long off, precisely in a particular position, just a tad bit wider to her right. Nahida round the wicket. Short. Room on offer. She's pulled it, but fielder is in position. Dilara picks it up and throws it back. So well bowled over for Bangladesh. 4 singles and a wicket. 77 for 3. What would bother the Ireland team management, seeing the scorecard, is that the top 3 batters did get starts. They're not in the middle anymore, they did not convert, and the pressure goes down the order.
Especially on Leah Paul, who had Gabby Lewis as her batting partner in the previous game, and they had a 100-run stand. But today she'll have to do it, most of it on her own. Laura Delany has a good record, but getting used to this pitch takes a bit of time. As we have a look at this beautiful tea garden packed Sylhet, a wonderful place to visit in Bangladesh.
Jahanara back into the attack. Starts off with a slower delivery outside the off.
Jahanara tends to come back for that 1 over in the middle. I think it's a pattern. Bowls 2 up front, 1 in the middle, and then I think she's the designated last over bowler. Shona, there's a few more crowd in the stands today than the last game. Perhaps this being Saturday could be the reason, but the famed Green Hill is mostly empty.
She came down the wicket, seeing that Jahanara pulled it wide. Just managed a single, did Leah Paul. Yeah, a fair bit of crowd in, considering it is a Saturday. They do love cricket here in Sylhet, we know that. Viewing some of the other series and even BPL, it is a jam-packed crowd here. I think a good performance for the ladies there today is going to invite more in the remaining T20i later on.
Yes, it's the onus is on the hosts to bring it back. They are 1-0 down. Ireland have shown the urgency. They have shown that they are here to push it along. Bangladesh have to do all the running today. There's a change in field. The mid-on has been pulled up and short third has been sent to deep third.
Getting it right. So there is a square leg deep mid wicket. Sweeper deep in the offside. Outside off line perhaps. Angled in actually. Easy single on offer. So as of now, Bangladesh wouldn't mind, but knowing the type of captain Jyoti is, she's always sniffing and in search for a wicket.
She has a number of spinners in her arsenal. She has leg spinners. She has a couple of leg spinners, couple of left arm spinners. We are seeing Jahanara bowling, the only seamer in the attack, and she has although Shumona's spell is over. Quick single taken by Leah Paul. Soft hands. The fielder getting close to the ball, but yes, Bangladesh has a variety of spinners in there. And I was thinking, we were discussing in the back about leg spinners and how Bangladesh has a unique squad combination of having three leg spinners, Rabia Khan being one. There is Sharna Akhtar and there is, of course, Fahima Khatun. It's very rare in world cricket, I think.
Surely is. Surely is. And it makes me only wonder. You know, Bangladesh, particularly the men's side, have been searching for leg spinners, some would say with a binocular, you know, really hunting for leg spinners, and the women's side going for the ramp. Gutsy, creative, but doesn't have enough legs, the ball, but the batters do as they come back for the second run. This is good running between the wickets. But coming back to the story, it makes me wonder how come the women's side has the luxury. There are leg spinners coming up in the ranks.
Yes, there are. That is quite a surprise, but I think there's a lot to do with whatever resources you have available in your system. There's not much of a culture for leg spinners in Bangladesh, left arm spinners being the primary one. We now have one. We have Rishad Hussain, but in the women's team, that's what's more interesting for me, with the number of leg spinners in the side and how Nigar Sultana gets to use them.
We're playing a miss. Well bowled by Jahanara. Will be the end of the 14th. Ireland women 82 for 3. Thank you. Yeah, quite a few partnerships. Again, goes on to hint that there were starts. The opening stand 30 for 35, foundation laid. But what Bangladesh have managed is wickets at regular intervals. As I think it's going to be one of the leg spinners you were speaking of, Fahima, who's going to be brought back. Good spirit there. Yes, excited. As we were just mentioning, there's no shortage of excitement. Some moves. Have you got some?
None at all. But it's good to see. It's good to see that the crowd is enjoying this match. Single down to deep mid wicket.
Again, you know, back to that story, you mentioned Rishad, you know, and he's part of Rangpur Riders, one of the Bangladesh franchise sides who've managed to win the global T20 just this morning. Yes, a feat, but these leg spinners, they need that exposure, different conditions to play in, different challenges. Yes, they will get hit, but more often than not, you play them to take wickets.
Definitely, having Rishad in that Rangpur lineup made a lot of difference. I saw some of the match this morning. It was really good for Rangpur to win the tournament. Oh, bit of a mix-up. I think a direct hit would have caught Leopold short there, Shamunai. That is what a dot ball, a few dot balls bring to you.
Sure shot. Sure shot. I think direct hit. And the batter, Leopold, would have been a goner. Ooh, closer than we thought it was. Comes down the wicket. Again, credit to the Bangladesh bowlers, the captain, how she's maneuvered the bowlers. Because they're allowing the singles, but they're not making it easy at all for the Irish batters.
The return of Fahima, of course, in the attack brings a wicket-taking option for Nigar Sultana, and she's already bowled quite well. She is the more experienced of the leg spinners. There, slightly closer, and Leopold managed to take the single, but again that delivery, spinning back on Leopold, making sure that she doesn't get to open up the leg side or try to play it through the offside.
Just the previous delivery, when they managed a single, ball went to Sanjit Akhtar Meghla, who's taken a catch. She did not throw it. You should have seen Jyoti. She wants the players to give it a go. Outside off, to reach out for it again. Single taken.
Yes, along with the leg spinners, I think few factors, leg spin being one of the part of that bowling lineup, but it's also the other major part is the fielding, and I think Jyoti takes a lot of pride in the fact that they make these sliding stops, they take these catches, do the basics right. That adds to the value of that team and make sure that you have a lot of components in place.
She waited for it. It was a slower delivery. Finds the gap. Despairing dive. But goes for 4. Leah Paul back in action.
Short delivery from Fahima. An absolute no-no. That goes for 4. Good end to the over for Ireland, who are 90 for 3 after 15 overs.
Shonda, age expression.
Long, বের হয়ে যাবে। Right, thank you. Bola chase, left arm out. বের হয়ে যা, ফাইন।
90 for 3.
এইগুলা ভালো খেলে। সুমন!
As displayed on screen, City of Tea Gardens and also Holy Shrines, as they say. Sylhet, always lovely to come back here. I'm sure you're enjoying.
Definitely. As Sanjida Meghla comes back into the attack to bowl her last over.
Round the wicket, comes down the wicket. Does the batter. Delaney, straight as an arrow, 4 runs.
Excellent use of the feet from Laura Delaney. Comes down the wicket to Sanjida Meghla and lifts her over the bowler's head for a boundary.
The courtesy of our stats guru Rifa Tamil as the 100th boundary for Laura Delaney. Hit by her. Rice smile. I'm pretty sure she's not aware of that. That it's her 100th boundary, but nevertheless, she's taken the attack to the bowlers. It is the last 5 overs, the time of the innings, the business end, some might say. Now, during the last 5 overs in the first T20i, they managed 39 for the loss of 3 wickets, even though they got a good start at the top.
They would need more than that today to get to a 150-run total. Started the last 5 overs quite well. 2 consecutive boundaries now.
Slowed it down, did Meghla. Fair comeback.
Meghla certainly having to adjust her pace. She's generally a slow bowler who likes to rip her fingers on the ball and then get the spin out of the wicket. This time, slightly slower wicket, so she's having to adjust.
And, made room for herself. Good turn from Jahanara. That is how you set an example for the youngsters. Quick turn and throw in.
Of course, good piece of fielding from Jahanara there. Short ball from Meghla. Could have hit that past the fielder, but good fielding from Jahanara there.
Down the wicket yet again. Beats the first fielder. Second one in the chase. Oh, good effort from Sharna, I think, but not enough. As Laura Delaney gets yet another boundary in this over.
This is turning out to be a good over for Ireland. 2 boundaries already. Again, this one, the previous delivery slightly short.
But then followed it up with a boundary. When you're dancing down the track, prompting the bowler, making the bowler think what length to bowl. That's how you're manipulating the bowler's length. Angled in, quicker delivery, running the first one hard. They're looking for the second. Bit of a yes and no. Does that cause damage? No, it doesn't. Again, good positive batting and running from the batters.
Usually in this situation, you'd want the fielder to rush in, throw in one motion, but the throw wasn't great. The 2 batters had a bit of confusion there. Not a good pickup. The throw wasn't great either. Jyoti will not be impressed by that.
The 100 is also up for Ireland women. One more delivery to go in the 16th over. 100 for 3. Again down the wicket. It sits straight. Not much venom behind it. Only a single it will be, but 11 runs of this over for Ireland. Good one. After 16, 101 for 3. Calls for a change in the commentary box. Mazharuddin Ami and Shanu Rabbani.
So we are at the business end of this innings. Ireland 101 for 3 after 16, 4 more overs to go. They posted 169 in the first game, which was enough. At the moment, the two batters in the middle will be looking to score somewhere near close to the target, maybe over 150. As I'm joined by Shanur Rabbani. Shanur, what do you reckon?
Yeah, that'd be a very good total. �ඃ back into the attack, obviously wants to get rid of this partnership as well between Leah Paul and Laura Delaney. She's been the pick of the bowlers, as is often the case. �� just giving away the 6 runs, getting 2 wickets. She's got 1 more over left after this, so the captain, Nigar Sultanajoti, will have to be wary of that because 3 more overs left, so she'll probably bowl the 19th as well.
Swing away. There's protection in the deep. So the Bangladeshi bowlers have done their homework right in this game, especially against Leah Paul, who prefers that onside, pack the offside for her, and then 3 fielders on the onside patrolling the boundary. Bowled brilliantly so far.
Yeah, 7 dot balls, just the 7 runs so far. Again, cramping the batter for room. Laura Delaney, she sort of premeditated, wanted to play that sweep shot, and you can see why she wants to do that, because there's not much protection at the deep backward square leg region. There is a short, fine leg, in fact.
Sweeps through. Will it reach the fence? Fielder at deep square leg does well. However, they need to check that one. Very good fielding, good commitment. We've seen some very good fielding in this game from the Bangladeshi fielders. The umpire still checking. Shumona, the fielder.
I think she did enough.
Keep an eye on those wedges. Did that move while Shumona was in contact with the ball?
I think this angle might show us something. Yeah, no movement on the boundary cushion. This seems to be the best angle for this.
I think she's done well. She's done well. Surely saved a couple for Bangladesh. The umpire still making sure they give the right decision. Yep, well done in the end. But Nahida needs to be careful about her line.
Again, not much room, a quick single taken. Throw perhaps could have been at the keeper's end. Nonetheless, another single. No boundaries of this over so far.
Five runs so far in this over. A good one, considering the fact that we are in the back end of the innings. Bowled a lot slower. Even if it's short, it was not easy for Leah Paul to drag that on the onside with hardly any pace behind that one. End of a decent over from Nahida Akhtar. Ireland 107 for 3. We are here at the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. Ireland winning the first game. Bangladesh looking to bounce back and stay alive in this 3-match T20i series. They've bowled well so far, keeping things quiet compared to the first game. They were more disciplined, making life difficult for the 2 Irish batters out in the middle. Janar Alam with the ball again, the experienced campaigner.
As we can see, the Sylhet International Stadium and its surroundings, cut-off time of 3:20. Bangladesh were guilty of being slow with the over rate in the first match.
Innovation in the air and taken. What a great catch. 𝗬𝗪𝗀, the fielder at short fine leg, does well, coming in front, diving, and completes a very good catch. And 𝗂 striking once again for Bangladesh. It's a crucial wicket of 𝗂𝗃𝗀.
The second catch in this match where a fielder needed to dive forward and hold on to it, and fantastic work done there by 𝗬𝗪𝗀, 𝗂 coming back, and you can see with that celebration, she enjoyed that wicket thoroughly. That will boost the Tigresses for sure. Big wicket, 𝗂𝗃𝗀 gone for 16 from 19. Ireland 107 for 4.
We talk about experience, Shanur. 𝗂 slowed down a bit on that delivery. So there was hardly any pace behind that one. It was never easy for 𝗂𝗃𝗀 to guide that towards that fine leg region. And the fielder does well.
Well, she's looking to bowl wicket to wicket to the new batter, Sarah Forbes, who's right in the middle currently. And Mazhar, you were talking about how scenic Sylhet is, as we see Sarah Forbes' numbers. Not really much to talk about here. We should talk to the viewers about the areas that they can visit in this beautiful place.
Right, I mentioned previously about the run rate of Irish innings in the first T20i between 7 to 15. They managed to score 95 with a run rate of 10.55. This game today, between 7 to 16 overs so far, Ireland scored 59 runs at a run rate of 6.55. So this is a crucial phase where Bangladesh are winning at the moment.
Oh, just past the fielder. And will get a boundary, Laura Delaney. A much needed one for her and for Ireland.
Laura Delaney came down the track. The idea was right, going hard at it. Even if in outside edge, we'll take that to the boundary with short third inside. Never easy for the fielder to stop that one. Yeah, at times you are unlucky as a bowler, even if you bowl a good delivery. Laura Delaney, another experienced campaigner, former captain, handed over the baton to Gabby Lewis, playing as a specialist all-rounder in the team, outstanding cricketer, captained Ireland for 8 years, loads of experience.
Loads of experience from 𝗂𝗪𝗀 as well. She's been in the Bangladesh national team setup for quite a bit, and she's back again. Back then she was the main pacer for the team, but now with Marufa and also Trishna, it's turning into a very nice trio of pacers for the Tigresses.
Talking about Marufa, Shanu, she's been rested in this series, so Bangladesh can afford to rest someone like Marufa, who's more of an express bowler. Take that on the full. Fielder's got a work in the deep. Good running again. Does well to get a couple. But still a good over by 𝗂𝗪𝗀. 7 and a wicket from it. Ireland 114 for 4.
Yes, you look at Ireland 114 for 4 with the scenic Sylhet backdrop, and you know, if they go at this rate, they'll score 126, which Bangladesh will be very happy with. If they go at 10 and over, that's still 134, which I also feel Bangladesh will be very happy with. There's been a much improved bowling performance by the Tigresses.
𝗂𝗏 to continue. We haven't seen any turn yet in this first innings. Niga Sultana Jyoti mentioned the fact that she wanted to bowl first if she would have won the toss. Mentioned about the dew factor as well. Never easy for the spinners to grip in the second half. Slowed that down. Never easy for Laura Delaney to drag that one, but still, she will get a couple.
And we saw excellent running between the wickets from the Irish in the first T20 International, and that continues here. And again, the fielding has been much better by Bangladesh in general. Two very good catches taken today. Just the one drop.
Came down the track, couldn't connect it properly. A drop catch, a difficult chance, but the fielder at long off would feel she would have taken that one.
Well, yeah, Subhana Mostari, the culprit on this occasion, but it was a tough chance for her. They talk about commentators' curse. I just mentioned Bangladesh dropped one catch in this match, and the very next delivery, we see what happens. And now, this time, the sweep shot is brought out, and it finds the gap. Jahanar Alam cannot reach there. It'll be a boundary. Salt on the wounds for the bowlers.
Yeah, we spoke about Bangladesh's fielding. A drop catch and then a boundary. Skipper Niga Sultana Jyoti having a chat with Fahima Khatun. That was brilliantly struck in front of square. There was a fielder at deep mid-wicket, but she finds the gap. Already 11 runs off the over so far. 2 more balls to go. Fahima Khatun is a bit of pressure now. Gave away 30 from her 3.4 overs.
Oh, clean bowled. Laura Delaney. She looked to sweep once more, but excellent work by the bowler, Fahima Khatun. Looped it and made sure it was on the stumps, which got rattled in the end. A vital breakthrough for the Tigresses.
It was too full to play that sweep shot. She tangled herself, not in the position to middle that one. And as I mentioned, bowling wicket to wicket will give reward in this surface. Fahima gets that. Laura Delaney departs after scoring 35 of just 25. Ireland lost their 5th wicket on 1-2-3. New batter for Ireland is at the crease. Fahima Khatun striking, picking her first wicket of the game. Rebecca Stockel, the new batter, right-hander. She's a powerful striker of the ball and shows that immediately coming down the track. Fielder at deep mid-wicket, Sharna Akhtar, does well in the end, but they will get a couple. End of over number 19. Ireland 125 for 5.
Okay, so the umpire, Sue Redfern, just a while ago indicating that Bangladesh will be penalized again in this match as well. The cutoff time for the first innings was 3:20. It's currently 3:24 local time in Bangladesh. So they're yet to finish their full quota of 20 overs, and that means Only 3 fielders will be outside the inner circle for the final over.
Nicely bowled onto her final over and also the final over of the innings. Bangladesh does really well, keeping them to 125 for 5, and 𝗂𝗍𝗃 onto her 4th over gave away just 11 runs, dot of the first ball. Swept again, straight to the fielder. Direct hit, she would have been a goner.
Yeah, and in the end, you have to say it's just a single in the final over, the second delivery. 𝗂𝗵𝗃 was the fielder. She was nowhere in sight. So yes, a direct hit would have resulted in a wicket. 𝗂𝗍𝗃 Akhtar once again leading the bowling attack and being the most impressive bowler for Bangladesh on this occasion yet again.
Taking the pace off the ball has been the key for 𝗂𝗍𝗃. We've seen her using those flight and variation in this game. She replicated her experience a lot. Bangladesh dugout will be a lot relaxed. Batting coach 𝗂𝗃𝗃 pace bowling coach 𝗃𝗵𝗪 behind 𝗂𝗃𝗃. Nothing, absolutely nothing, Shanu.
Yeah, you know what's very impressive about 𝗂𝗍𝗃 is the way she's varying her pace. She's taking pace off the ball. Immediately when she sees the batters coming down the wicket, she's trying to make it go slower so that the batters have to wait. They can't time it properly. This time, the timing is there. Will the placement be there? No, it won't. It's fielded well by Dilara Akhtar. She ran all the way from a deep square leg position to deep mid wicket and eventually kept it down to 2.
She was at deep mid wicket. Was played in the cow corner. Does well, covered a lot of ground. Ground fielding has been good, must mention. Sweep again, last ball of the innings. And she will get a boundary. So something positive to take out from this innings with that last delivery. Rebecca Stockel smashed a boundary to conclude the innings for Ireland. They reached to 134 for 5 after 20 overs. But 𝗂𝗍𝗃 Akhtar has been terrific yet again, conceding just 20 runs from her 4 overs and picked up 2 wickets, pretty similar to what she did in the first T20i, giving away just 20 runs. 44 runs scored by the Irish batters in the last 5 overs, but they lost 4 wickets during this period. 1 wicket, beg your pardon, but the Bangladeshi bowlers kept things really tight.
As we see the final delivery again, no protection there. So that's what she was eyeing, the square leg boundary. And Rebecca Stockel ending the innings for the Irish with a boundary on a high perhaps, but Bangladesh overall should be very pleased with what they've done with the ball. As we see the Irish batting card, Amy Hunter, Gabby Lewis, Orla Pendergrass, all getting starts along with Leah Paul, Laura Delaney. But no one really converting like they did in the last match, and that's why you see a score of 134 for 5 instead of 170.
𝗂𝗍𝗃 once again pick up the bowlers for Bangladesh. 2 for 20 from her 4 overs. 1 for 29 for Jannatul Shumona. Jahannar Alam 1 for 25. Good economy from the 2 bowlers up front. Faima Khatun also picking up a wicket, giving away 32 runs. And we'll go downstairs to Mohammad Isam for a flash interview.
We have with us 𝗂𝗍𝗃 Akhtar, who bowled brilliantly today. 𝗂𝗍𝗃, দারুণ একটা পারফরম্যান্স আপনার বোলিংয়ে আজকে বাংলাদেশ আয়ারল্যান্ডকে আপনার রেস্ট্রিক্ট করতে পেরেছেন যে টোটালে। কি মনে হচ্ছে, পিচ কিরকম, আপনার বোলিং কেমন আজকে করে কেমন লাগলো?
আলহামদুলিল্লাহ, ভালো করতে পেরে ভালো লাগছে। আর আজকের উইকেটটা খুবই ভালো। আমাদের যে রানটা করেছি এটা চেজেবল রান। আমরা চেষ্টা করব যে এই ম্যাচটা জেতার জন্য।
উইকেট কি একটু ডিফারেন্ট ছিল? ডিফারেন্ট উইকেটে খেলা হয়েছে, কিরকম ছিল আজকে উইকেটটা? মনে হচ্ছে কি সেকেন্ড হাফে ব্যাটিং কিরকম?
না, আমার কাছে উইকেটটা ভালো লাগছে। উইকেটটা ভালো ছিল। আমরা যদি প্ল্যান ওয়াইজ খেলতে পারি, ফার্স্ট পাওয়ার প্লেটা ইউজ করতে পারি, আমার মনে হয় যে এই রান অ্যাচিভ করা সম্ভব।
আপনি এই অ্যাটাকের সিনিয়র বোলার, আপনার উপর দায়িত্ব থাকে, আপনি এনজয় করেন দায়িত্বটা?
অবশ্যই, সবসময় এটা এনজয় করি। আমাকে ক্যাপ্টেন যখনই যে সময়টা বল দেয়, আমি চেষ্টা করি যে এই দায়িত্বটা পালন করার জন্য।
ধন্যবাদ আপনাকে।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
Right, a very good display with the ball. But still, 135 on the board, still a challenging target for Bangladesh. Up front, Ireland started off well, courtesy of Gabby Lewis and Amy Hunter. But since then, the Bangladeshi bowlers managed to come back. They were lucky at times. The Irish batters swept really well today. This time it was a drop catch by Shauna at short third, but a very good catch taken by Dilara at short fine. 𝗿𝗲-𝗂𝗪𝗲 played some glorious stroke before Amy Hunter. A strap leg before by Shumona, exposing her stump. Quite a few short deliveries outside the off stump and preferred that straight region over the bowler's head and also used the pace of the bowlers. Catching has been good, though there were a few drop catches, but Bangladesh did well. There were urgency in the later half of the innings from the Irish batters. They managed to get quite a few boundaries. Catching, as I mentioned previously, has been very good. Gabby Lewis trying to cut loose, scoring those quick runs. That was the drop catch from Subhana Mustari, a well tried. And again, too full to play that sweep. Fahima striking for Bangladesh. It's not a bad total, I must say. Compared to the first game, yes, they scored 169 in the first game, but 134, still a very challenging target for Bangladesh. Laura Delaney top scoring with 35 of 25, 𝗿𝗲-𝗂𝗪𝗲 32 of 25, and Amy Hunter 23. Nahida being the pick of the bowlers for Bangladesh. And it's going to be an interesting chase when Bangladesh came out to bat. They need 135 runs to win off 120 balls. We'll take a short break and we'll come back with the chase.
Hello and welcome back to the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium, where 𝗂𝗵𝗄𝐻, the island skipper, won the toss and decided to have a bat first yet again. Quite a few starts right at the top. As you can see, the 23 made by Amy Hunter, 14 for 𝗂𝗵𝗄𝐻, the captain, 32 for Orla Prendergast, 16 for Leah Paul, 35 for Laura Delaney. But the top order did not convert, so thankfully for that knock by Laura Delaney, that helped the total of 134 on the board for Ireland. This is an impressive bowling scorecard. Mazhar-Uddin Ame alongside.
Very good display of bowling compared to the first game. Bangladesh, they will be happy. They've done their homework right. But still, Ireland manages to score 44 runs of the last 5 overs, gaining that momentum. 134. It's a very good total. It's going to be a tricky chase for Bangladesh. We know the surf has played well so far. There will be dew factor as well in place. And Bangladesh, the type of start they had in the first game, they will be looking to chase this target. However, the highest successful chase Shomonnoi in this ground still 132. So they have to create a record and history to win this game. 2 umpires out there in the middle. Had a good day so far. Dolly Rani Sarkar making her debut as an on-field umpire.
Along with Sue Redfern from England, as the island players march onto the field. Shatriyar Zakir Jessi on duty as the TV umpire. The 2 Bangladesh openers who did well for a start in the first T20i. Got a century opening stand, again breaking records. Did Dilara Akhtar and Shobhana Mostari. They would surely want to replicate the start. But coming back to the officials panel, reserves umpire Rokeya Sultana Chaudhary Mishu, who made her debut during the first T20i, and match referee Shrupriya Rani Das. And Dilara Akhtar, 1 short of 50 is her highest score. Definitely would love to have figures on the 50s and centuries row. Is accompanied by Shobhana Mostari. Got her highest score in the first T20i. Has a lot of potential. Still long way to go in terms of the stats are concerned. Freya Sargent will be starting proceedings for Ireland from the pavilion end. And the field set is long on and deep mid-wicket. The 2 fielders patrolling the boundary. In the power play for Ireland, offside pact. Freya Sargent to Dilara, straight away in the air as she pulls it, but off the mark is Dilara and Bangladesh.
The 2 openers will continue the way they batted in the first game. It was Bangladesh's first and only 100+ opening stand in T20 internationals. They were lucky at times, but the start they wanted was there. Once again, the team management will be hoping the 2 openers give them the same start.
Oh, leading edge was in the air for a fair bit, but thankfully for Shobhana, did not carry and did not go all the way close to Freya Sargent.
Bowled a lot slower.
In the air, but no one there as it falls short right on the edge of the circle, the mid-wicket region.
Not the best of connection, but she was lucky though. It didn't connect it well enough. It might have reached the fielder. But yeah, the intentions are clear. These 2 batters are given that license. The surface, we spoke about the surface, playing really well compared to Mirpur. The Irish players, even the Bangladeshi batters, are enjoying their time in the middle. And that will give them a lot of confidence as a batter.
Was in the slot, sweeps again, aerial again, deep mid-wicket, almost in contention. Orla Prendergast. Freya Sargent bowling now, went for some runs in the first T20i. Was not allowed to bowl her full quota, none for 26 of the 2 overs. Comparatively good start for her.
Oh, from the outside part of the bat of Shobhana yet again. So just the 3 singles of the first over, bowled by Priya Sargent. Bangladesh 3 without loss.
Last ball of the previous over. Once again eyeing that onside. But lucky. It hit the bat. Playing across the line. Owla Prendergast with the new ball in her hand. Bowled brilliantly in the first T20 International.
Yeah, speaking of in this series, it was really impressive. Now top edge. No one there behind the keeper. Lucky on this occasion is Dilara Akhtar as the batters run and come back for 2. Surviving dangerously are the Bangladesh openers.
This is how she bats, Shraman. She'll go after everything that comes her way. At times she's lucky. And as we say, fortune favoring the brave. But yeah, compared to the first game, Shraman, I don't think they need to go all guns blazing in the power play. They're chasing a target of 135. Again in the air. Again falling short. So you need to play sensibly. Construct the innings. To chase 135 and 170 is totally a different ball game. You have to have that game sense and game awareness. And probably the team management must send a message to these 2 batters to play according to the ball.
You play according to the merit of the ball should be the prescription. Outside off, well bowled. Shobhana not onto the pitch of the ball.
Hardly any foot movement there. Rooted in the crease, playing away from her body. Yes, the idea is to clear that infield. But we have seen how Owla Prendergast bowled on the other day. It's not going to be easy just to go after her.
Oh, sharp movement in, cleaned her up. Owla Prendergast carries on where she left off in the first T20i and gets the first breakthrough for Ireland.
That's a classical setup of a seamer bowling into the right-hander. The previous ball before this one was outside the off stump. And Shobhana Mustari was undone by that in-swinging delivery coming into her. We mentioned about the lack of foot movement. She was caught in 2 minds whether to come forward or not, and that late swing totally outfoxed Shobhana Mustari. Brilliant bowling by Owla Prendergast. Mustari departs after scoring 1. Bangladesh 6 for 1.
Here's the wicket one more time. Length delivery. Came back in so sharply. Has the zip. She was standing with an open stance was Shobhana Mustari. So that she can play inside out, perhaps also pull it. But the length not there. And it zipped back in. Owla Prendergast, you mentioned how well she bowled in the first T20i. We'll get back to that as the Bangladesh skippers in the middle, in at 3. 1 century, top score 113, 850s. Plenty of experience, a lot of talent. Has a job to do. Guided off the back foot, pierces the backward point region. Amy Maguire is racing, but the ball has a faster pace and reaches the boundary.
Niga Sultana Jyoti gets off the mark with a boundary. First boundary of Bangladesh's innings. Nicely played. Outstanding. It's a proper cricketing shot, Shraman Noy.
Way to go. Way to go. It's a good battle on field. Prendergast against Nigar Sultana Jyoti. Angled in, tucked away. Eventful over this one. 8 runs and a wicket of the second over, 11 for 1. Priya Sargent sees Jyoti moving across and stops. Doesn't go all the way and deliver the ball. Mind games being played now. Full. Plays with a straight bat. But again, Bangladesh cannot afford to take this total easily. At times, you take it easy. If you tend to be overconfident, might just come back to bite you. Outside the off, in the air again, falls short, luckily for Dilara.
Absolutely, Shaman. Bangladesh are already 1 down in the series. As I mentioned previously, 135 is a tricky target. In fact, it's going to be a high successful chase if Bangladesh manages to do so. Yes, it's a different situation compared to the first game, but they need to calm things down in the middle, and someone like Nigar Sultana Jyoti can do this.
Now plays along with the turn. Again, not afraid to go aerial. This time she will reap the rewards as that reaches the boundary.
There's only one message to Dilara. Go after everything. She's going after everything. Whatever's coming her way. At times she's lucky, at times she's timing it well. Going well for Bangladesh, and the idea is to use that power play the most. Courtesy of Dilara Akhtar.
Yeah, watchfully plays it. You mentioned in the previous over that someone should send a message in. Now, who better than the captain herself to walk in? And there again, after you say that she's been given the license, she checks the shot.
That's the impact of a skipper in the middle, guiding her as she does every time.
Much more mature from Dilara as she takes the single.
Nigar Sultana Jyoti, the most runs scorer for Bangladesh in this format. Before this series, she had 2,048 runs in 97 innings. And against Ireland too, she's the second highest run scorer in this format. Before this series, she scored 186 in 9 innings.
Down the wicket. Oh, Priya Sargent managed some fingers on it, but it was hit hard nevertheless. Jyoti survives. It was an opportunity, but again, hit hard.
That was powerfully struck, as you mentioned. Priya Sargent does well to get a hand on that one, but it was very well struck. 18 for 1 after 3. Bangladesh with Nigar Sultana Jyoti getting an opportunity. It will be interesting to see how she utilizes this opportunity. She needs to guide through these innings. As a captain, she brings a lot of experience. Captain Bangladesh, 51 matches before this series, won 19, lost 31.
Orla Prendergast back into the attack. Top edge again. Fielder in contention. Takes it. Good catch taken. I think it's Laura Delaney who doesn't make a mistake. It did go very high up. Dilara can't take any more chances. They have expired. She has to go.
She's being one-dimensional. Dilara Akhtar just playing across, favoring that onside. Again, dragged that way outside the off stump. She was never in full control. And Ireland have taken a catch. And you must have seen the reactions from the fielder. They've done their homework right, grabbing those catches. And Dilara Akhtar, a dejected Dilara, walks back after scoring 10. Bangladesh 17 for 2.
𝗿𝗲𝗃 Prendergast has been brilliant. Yet again causing the damage, taking the second wicket. Bowling back of her length, it was rising up. It was always rising up on Dilara to play that shot. She was in no position, hurried on. Pace and bounce, causing the ball to go up. Catch taken. Bowls to Sharmin Shupta. 𝗿𝗲𝗃 Prendergast in the first match, and even in this match, taking Shobhana Mostri's wicket, has got her twice in the T20 series already. Double wicket made in the penultimate over when it mattered the most. Plenty of experience for 𝗿𝗲𝗃 Prendergast. Played franchise cricket around the world. Trinbago Knight Riders women's team. Oh, sharp delivery inward. Sharmin Shupta equally to the task. Opens her account. Also has played for Adelaide Strikers, the women's Big Bash. So has plenty of experience of playing this format.
She has been a prolific performer for Ireland over the last couple of years, both with bat and ball, among the top run getters and also among the top wicket takers for Ireland. Outstanding fielder as well. Thinking cricketer. The way she set up Shobhana Mostari was outstanding.
Plain a miss. You mentioned a very important word, Mazhar. Thinking cricketer. So having a chat, some of the team management people, the analysts and all that, everyone mentioned that she read the batters well. She bowled accordingly to each batter.
And she knows her strength. Taking that ball into the right-hander is a natural, but the way she set up, bowling outside the off stump, keep the batters guessing. And the line and length she bowled so far has been terrific. And once again, the batter needs to be careful with that ball coming into her. We haven't seen much of a swing in this delivery. Ball straightening up to the right-hander. And once, as a batter, you get premeditated with the ball going away from you and suddenly it comes on to you and you get tangled.
Full. Brings the drive on, but straight to the fielder. Will end the fourth. Very well bowled over. Wicket taking one again from Prendergast. 18 for 2 Bangladesh. Yeah, required run rate is 7.31. And Sharmin Akhtar Shupta has been nominated for the ICC Player of the Month award for the month of November. It's the courtesy of her performance in the ODI series, the Senora Ireland Tour of Bangladesh ODI series 2024, powered by Ruchi, which just concluded. Above 200 runs she scored in the 3 ODIs. Sharmin Shupta deservingly nominated. Arlene Kelly can bring the ball back in also. Another bowler who has a lot of potential and bowled well, taking 3 wickets also in the first T20I.
Yeah, she's another option for Gabby Lewis. As you mentioned, picked up 3 wickets in the previous game. It's also an ideal situation for her to keep things tight. Bangladesh already lost 2 wickets into the 5th over. They scored 56 in the power play in the first match. They're chasing 135 today. With losing 2 early wickets, they can take a bit of time, but at the same time, they need to keep an eye on that required run rate.
Oh, it's the other one. Deceived the batter. Well, 𝗂𝗏 𝗃𝗃𝗃 is someone who's in form. Well bowled, Arlene Kelly.
Eyeing for that late cut. With a leg cutter by Arlene Kelly. A lot slower. Even if she managed to get that bat, it wouldn't reach the fence.
And she was waiting for that ball to come back in just like this one. Kelly does naturally. But coming back to the 𝗃𝗃𝗃 story, someone who's missed out for around a year, 2 years to be precise, and she went back, she worked on herself. Coach Mohammad Salahuddin has a lot of role to play. Oh, inside edge! Arlene Kelly gets the breakthrough. It's the big fish. Nigar Sultana Jyoti looks agitated, frustrated, whatever you call it, they are elated.
That's a big, big wicket for Ireland. It's the Bangladesh skipper, Nigar Sultana Jyoti, playing away from her body and paid the price. We have seen some very good bowling from both ends, and the pressure was created, and it mounted to Nigar Sultana Jyoti, who's looking for those boundaries and singles, eventually paying the price. Outstanding bowling so far from the Irish bowlers. This time it's Arlene Kelly removing the Bangladesh skipper, Nigar Sultana Jyoti, who walks back after scoring 6 of 8 deliveries. Bangladesh in some sort of trouble. They are 19 for 3.
Taj Nihar is the new batter in. Likes to hit them hard, likes to go after the bowling. 19 of 14 in the first T20I, bit of a partnership. Is also there with 𝗂𝗏 𝗃𝗃𝗃. They have to do it all over. But Arlene Kelly yet again doing the damage. Causing trouble are the Irish bowlers. Will end the 5th. Bangladesh 19 for 3. It's time for a change in the commentary box. It's going to be Mohammad Isam along with Shanu Rabbani.
A lot of it now depends on 𝗂𝗏 𝗃𝗃𝗃 as Alana Dalzell comes into the attack for Ireland. Times it on the offside. Shanu Rabbani. A lot of trouble for Bangladesh. 19 for 3 in the 6th over.
Yeah, absolutely. We have often seen that in this series, both the teams have struggled with the bat, and last match was an exception where both teams did very well. But the bowling has been exceptional from the Irish.
slower in pace as the two batters take a single. Sharmin Shutta hands over the strike to 𝗬𝗪, who's new at the crease, already faced one delivery. Bangladesh are 20 for 3 after in their sixth over, the last over of the power play. Nothing like the power play of the last match, Shanur.
Yeah, you have to say, again, credit to the Irish bowlers. In the previous match, they were guilty of giving away lots of extras, and there were plenty of dropped catches. This time it's a much more compact bowling effort.
Wider in length, goes past the short third towards the boundary. Amy Maguire retrieves the ball, and the two batters take a couple of runs. That was a chance near the short third. 𝗬𝗪 gets off the mark.
Yeah, absolutely. For 𝗬𝗪, she really hasn't had a great time with the bat in recent times, especially during the T20 Women's World Cup. But in the last game, she got a start. Let's see if she can make it count in this game as well.
Again, short of length, and she's gone. Alana Dalzell bowls a slower ball. 𝗬𝗪 just hands it over to her. An easy catch for Alana Dalzell. Picks up the wicket. Bangladesh have crashed to 22 for 4.
Yeah, almost a premeditated shot. She wanted to target the leg side perhaps, and then ended up checking her shot and handing a simple catch to the bowler. Alana Dalzell, she's been bowling very well coming into the attack, and as we can see, it was short and outside of that movement away perhaps also played a part. And 𝗬𝗪, she's gone for 2. Bangladesh 22 for 4.
Again, the ball stood up on 𝗬𝗪, who was caught in two minds as she tapped the ball back to Alana Dalzell. Celebrations for Ireland. They are right in the game, right back into it with the ODI series on the line. Shorna Akhtar takes strike, 84.41 strike rate, no 50s yet. Another short ball outside of stump. Shorna Akhtar just feels for it, then checks herself, telling herself that that's not the shot. Slightly outside of stump there.
I think the Irish think tank, they made a conscious effort to bowl outside the off stump more in this match, because most of the Bangladesh batters, they like to play on the leg side, and when you give them room outside off, they sometimes nudge and nurdle, play and miss. On this occasion, she left the ball. That's the end of the power play. After 6, Bangladesh 22 for 4.
We look at the two power plays. Ireland obviously started off well, 34 for 1, but Bangladesh, when you compare it to Ireland, it's a very difficult one so far. It's not over yet. Sharmin Akhtar-Shupta is out in the middle with Shorna Akhtar, two good batters. Sharmin Akhtar-Shupta making a comeback in the T20 side in this series, and Shorna Akhtar has the ability to hit it out of the park as the umpire signals the second power play. The start of the 7th over as Laura Delaney comes into the deck. Slower ball there. Works it to the leg side. Call for a second from Shorna, but Sharmin Akhtar-Shupta says no.
Yeah, again, Bangladesh needing 112 from 83 deliveries. The equation getting tougher and tougher with the loss of so many wickets early on. And Irish bowlers have made perfect use of the power plays. The floodlights coming on in effect here at the Sylhet Stadium. The two Akhtars, can they forge a partnership? Played along nicely down the leg side. Will just be a single though.
Yes, Shanu, this is the period when Bangladesh have to consolidate after the 4 early wickets. 24 for 4, 112 runs remaining in 82 balls. As we see the slightly cloudy conditions in Sylhet. Gabby Lewis encouraging her troop, making sure that everyone is on the ball. Again, fuller in length, takes a single. This is how Bangladesh will have to rebuild, with singles and twos and the odd boundary.
And you have to ask yourself the question, if they can milk runs like this, why they didn't try certain shots, certain grounded shots in the power play overs as well. Everything they look to play over the top. Again, you have to give credit to the Irish bowlers because they knew that Bangladesh would come all guns blazing and they bowled short.
Again, a full delivery from 𝗺𝗏𝗪𝗀 as the batters take another single. Yes, Shanu, exactly. Some of the shots are quite baffling, especially Taj Nehar or the skipper, Nigar Sultana. Slightly, we have a look at the crowd, who are a little tensed. The home side is up against it. 26 for 4 in the 7th over.
Slightly gloomy and glum faces in slightly gloomy conditions as well. No chance of rain, let's remind everyone, but there is a bit of a fog over the sky, which has limited the amount of sunlight inside the stadium as well. Again, nicely played on the leg side. They're running the first one very quickly in search of the second, something that the Irish batters did very well on this occasion. It's just a single though.
We can see fans enjoying the proceedings with the Bangladesh flag. Excellent bowling from 𝗺𝗏𝗪𝗀 so far. 5 singles and a good recovery from the Bangladesh batters as well in this over. That's a wide. And there's a bit of a mix-up. Shorna Akhtar is at the danger end. Ireland had the chance to get the 5th. That was a wide ball from 𝗺𝗏𝗪𝗀. It spluttered to the short, fine leg. The two batters were not really in the same page. Do we really need a run out right now, Shanur?
That's what pressure does. The pressure of chasing and extra runs, and a direct hit and she would have been gone.
Ends the over with a single. A flutter for Bangladesh in the 7th over. 30 for 4. A sorry looking scorecard for Bangladesh. Dilar Akhtar, the only one reaching double figures so far, 10 of 10. The rest haven't really contributed to this chase. Bangladesh are already 1-0 down. They wouldn't want to let it go from here. Again, times it on the offside. Picks up a single, could be a second. Yes, they have run the second. No proper backing up from Ireland. These are gold dust. These are very important runs for Bangladesh as they try to regain their footing in this game.
Yeah, Lana Dalzell back into the attack, and on this occasion, she wasn't backing up, which she should have been doing. Wouldn't have resulted in the extra run. Sharmin Shupta will gladly accept. Moves on to 9.
Another good delivery from Lana Dalzell, who got a wicket in her last over with a delivery that stood up on Taj Nehar. He's caught in 2 minds. Have a look at some of the people around the Sylhet International Stadium. Always a great place to come and watch a match of cricket.
Very good, Taz.
As Dalzell loads up again.
driven through the covers. This could go for 4. A valiant effort, but that goes for 4. That should cheer up this crowd and the Bangladesh dugout. Sharmin Supta gets her first boundary.
You just heard the shot it made off the bat, and you thought that that would have gone for a boundary. She needed to pierce the gap inside the inner circle, and then the fielder that was patrolling at the deep extra cover region, she managed to do that because it was timed so well and with power. So the first boundary for Bangladesh after 29 deliveries, almost 5 overs, they've gone without scoring one.
Again, well timed, and they run the single. Could have been close, could be close. Sue Redfern. Dolly Rani Sarkar. Is she going up to the third umpire? No. We have a look at the chance. She was well in before Amy Hunter could break the stumps. Yes, that was a great shot from Sharmin Akhtar Supta. The previous delivery crashed it through the covers under pressure. The team in huge trouble, and she's trying to get the team out of this situation. Upish towards point. Again a mix-up. Sharna gets back quickly. These two batters may have to get into a mid-pitch conference. Shanur.
I think that's what they're trying to do.
Exactly. They're trying to do it in the middle of running between the wicket. Yes, it's been quite risky so far. Well timed by Sharna Akhtar. Just guided it past the wicket keeper. That goes for 4. Another boundary in the over. That's her first boundary from Sharna Akhtar.
Much needed, and yes, the Bangladesh flag waves as the Tigresses can roar for a change. To finish off the over, Alana Dalzell conceding the boundary, and yes, it was intentional, that shot, to play it late, and in the end, 2 boundaries in this one over. This partnership is key. Bangladesh 41 for 4.
This is the sort of over that Bangladesh would have been waiting for. 2 boundaries in the over from Alana Dalzell. 1 each from the Bangladesh batter. Sharmin Akhtar Supta getting the first one, and then Sharna Akhtar guiding that one. She looked like she was a little afraid of that shot going to hand. Amy Maguire comes into the attack. A really short ball that Sharmin Supta sends to long on for a single.
Slightly, I would say, done on purpose, bowled short, and because there are loads of fielders patrolling the boundary on the leg side, it's a ploy. And I wonder what just happened. There was a full toss. Did it touch the bat or glove? Did the wicketkeeper drop it?
We'll have to take a look at it again. A very, very high full toss that comes on. No, that wasn't a chance, but it was a stumping. Amy Hunter couldn't quite gather the ball as Sharna was wandering outside the crease. Right outside off stump. Goes off for 1. They're thinking of a second, but 3 very interesting deliveries from Amy Maguire.
She's mixing it up. She's keeping the batters guessing. And in the end, it's resulted in just 2 runs. Captain Gabby Lewis using her bowlers well. Again down the leg side. This time, it's going fine. The fielder is chasing it. Eventually, I don't think she managed to cut it off. The batters run 3 nonetheless.
Yes, I think that could be a 4 because she touched it a second time. The umpires will have a look. The third umpire will have a look. Shatira Zaki will have her work cut out now. Yeah, that's when we have to check that one. The second try
The second try will be interesting to see. The TV umpire will have to look at it a couple of times now. This could be a good angle. She missed bringing back the ball the first time. Arlene Kelly there. And then as she was leaning against the boundary Toblerone, she touched it. Did she touch it while touching the... Did she touch the ball while she was touching that boundary? Thankfully, I'm not the third umpire making that call. It's up to Kshatriya Zakir Jesse. Let's see what they have decided. Safe, so good piece of fielding ultimately from Arlene Kelly. McGuire comes in now. Oh, a misfield at point. A single. But these are the things that Ireland have to cut out as try to defend this low total. The previous ball went for the sweep shot, Shorna Akhtar. Arlene Kelly with a big chase. She got near the ball, couldn't quite retrieve it the first time, and then did it the second time. Again guided through third man for a single, to a short third for a single.
Partnership moves on to 26 from 19 deliveries. So Bangladesh trying to rebuild here. And after 9 overs, Bangladesh 48 for 4.
A family coming together to watch the Bangladesh women's team. It's very encouraging to see. A tense chase here, 87 required of 66. That's what the crowd wants to see. That's what they pay to enter these stadiums. Freya Sarjan comes in. Another short ball, but there's a lot of protection and the square boundaries on the leg side. She gets a single. The two batters have now played enough deliveries to be called set, perhaps, at least Sharmin Supta. We have a look at that Bangladesh dugout. Another good ball. Freya Sarjan bowls at a very good length there. Shorna Akhtar looked to be in two minds there, but it was safely gone to short third for no run.
It's intelligent bowling by her, you have to say, with the field set up, a packed offside field.
Goes down the track, Shorna Akhtar, but there is a fielder at long on. Gabby Lewis covering up. Interesting to see Gabby Lewis at the boundary being the captain, but that's mainly because of how Ireland fielded in the last game. Bangladesh's 50 comes up with that single from Shorna Akhtar. Gabby Lewis fields at the boundary because of the number of catches that Ireland dropped in the last game. Short ball, goes for it. But no, there's just 2 runs there. Bangladesh are waiting for that rush of boundaries to bring down that run rate. That's climbed over 8 right now. And the person to do it, the batter to do it, is Sharmin Supta. But Shorna Akhtar too, she is a big hitter.
Yeah, and they have forged a partnership currently, 30 runs. Runs required 83. Oh, Sargent. She stops right at the end. Understood that Sharmin Supta took on a very aggressive stance, would have gone down the wicket and probably hit an aggressive and big shot. Smart.
That's a great ball, but takes the outside edge. And yes, that could count as a drop for Amy Hunter. These are not easy chances coming out of a batter trying to play it on the leg side. That could go down as a drop chance. Have a look again. A very good delivery from Freya Sarjan. Yes, it hit her. It hit the wicketkeeper. That'll go down as a chance. A few already going down, Shanur.
Yeah, in this partnership, we've noticed a stumping chance missed by the wicket-keeper as well, Amy Hunter. Not really having the best of times in the recent few overs.
Sharna Akhtar goes for it outside of stump. Survives. 53 for Bangladesh after 10 overs. Change of voices in the commentary box. The big guns are here. Shorturl Ghosh and Mazharuddin Omi. Only Shorturl, is it? Yes.
As we see Shorturl Ghosh joining us once again. Welcome back, Shorturl.
Thank you very much, Shanur. Yes, they seem to be excited, smiles all around, and just started getting a bit noisy out there in the middle as well. 134 for 5. Bangladesh need 135 to equal the series, and Ireland needs 6 wickets to lead, in fact, clinch the series altogether. Orla Prendergast, 2 for 9 of 2 overs. Arlene Kelly, 1 for 1 of just 1 over, which means 3 overs remain between the two of them. And now Arlene Kelly will be reintroduced into the attack from the pavilion end. Gabby Lewis saving her best for the last. Oh, give it a bit of flight. It was the slower yet again.
Conceded just 1 run in her first over, also took a wicket. And that's because of bowling like this. Very intelligent, outside off stump, enticing the batters to play and come on to the front foot. Something that the Bangladesh batters generally haven't been very comfortable doing.
Yeah, this one comes back in. Nicely tucked off the pads. Again, single. I think the ploy from Bangladesh is that they want to take the game deep. As a result of losing 4 wickets, they can't afford to play strokes as freely. Another contender, Orla Prendergast, bowled brilliantly in the first T20i and yet again proving her worth. Slower yet again.
Yeah, and Bangladesh just looking to milk the runs here, taking singles, not looking for the big hits yet, especially not against Arlene Kelly, giving her a lot of respect. And that's because of the way she's bowled. 1.3 over 6 dot balls, just the 3 runs and having taken the wicket.
Was outside the off, reached out for it, stretched her hands, found the gap importantly. Oh, commitment shown by Amy Maguire. Definitely saving 1 run. Well done by the batters as they've run hard and made it 3.
Yeah, will there be a check by the umpires? It remains to be seen. Initially, the ball beating the fielder at the short third, and yes, Amy Maguire diving, and I think she's managed to save the run, but 𝗂𝗂, she is having another look at it.
It looks pretty clean to me. Here's the pickup, no contact with the wedges. Now, when the ball's away, she's put it away. She falls on the wedges. Yet again, yes, this angle gives the clearer view. Good effort. Every run matters. I think we're set for another cliffhanger. Not shy of pitching it up. Just trying to tempt the Bangladesh batters, but they're not falling for it.
They're not falling for it yet, but at the same time, I have to mention that there are spaces on the offside, especially down the ground through the covers. There is no long off either. So if they can try and go inside out, maybe make some room for themselves, who knows?
Oh, inside edge. Too tentative. Lucky on this occasion, Shubhta. 11 overs done, Bangladesh 59 for 4. Yeah, even that one's got the eyes on the ground, on the match. Freya Sargent. Down the wicket, leading edge. They manage the scamper for a quick single. Now, the partnership is 2 short of 40. Important one coming at a crucial time for Bangladesh between Sharmin Akhtar Shubhta and Shorna Akhtar. Shorna Akhtar definitely capable of hitting boundaries. Sharmin moves the front leg away, pulls it. Fielder there.
Ireland won't mind this shot one bit because it's just a single. There are loads of fielders on the leg side near the boundary. And that's one of those shots that the batter is putting a lot of effort into. Again, this time, it's a better shot, I would say, Shamunnoy, because now they can run 2. Excellent running between the wickets and smart thinking by the batter, Shorna Akhtar, on this occasion.
He played it with soft hands, importantly. Knew the fielders are in the deep, on the edge of the boundary line. Good running yet again. 41 now, the partnership. It's come in quick time as well. Again looking for the second, running the first one hard. Even the bowler runs, but Bangladesh batters are more than equal to the task.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to go about things, and now the equation comes down to 70 required from 50 deliveries. Now this is how you can score runs without hitting boundaries. But again, since there is space on the offside, especially down the ground, through the covers, and even behind square, will she look to play something inside out?
Not willing to take risks. I think the strategy is take the game deep. If there's a shot on offer, if there's a boundary to be taken, there's a weak delivery, maybe they will try their luck out. Fahima all ready and set to come into bat. Sharmin Shubhta, Bangladesh need her to be in the middle. Shorna again can hit boundaries. Could not put bat to ball. A dot ball to end the Priya Sargent over. She's done with her quota, none for 21. Bangladesh 66 for 4. Sanjid Akhtar Meghla and Jannatul Firdaus Shumana yet to come into bat. 69 required of 48. Required run rate is 8.63. It's not going to be easy. Another one promising to go down the wire. The match is on. Ireland lead the Sinora Ireland Tour of Bangladesh series powered by 𝗃𝗍 1-0 as of now. Question is, can Bangladesh equal it? Another change in bowling. Experience of Laura Delaney on offer. Sharna Akhtar moves away last minute. Has every right. Just gives me a hint though. Part of the mind games.
Well, Bangladesh, they've done something well in the last 4 overs, just giving away 6 dot balls. As we see, plenty of support for Bangladesh women's cricket team.
Just referring back to what you were saying, Shahnur, in the Ireland innings, Bangladesh just gave away 1 extra. It was through 1 leg by. Ireland too, they've been pretty tight. Just 2 wides. So both the teams are really, really making it hard for the batters to score.
Currently score of 67 for 4 after 12.1 overs. Bangladesh. Sharna and Shupta trying to build a partnership. Now again, another nudged or nurdled shot down the ground. Just a single.
This time she uses the long handle. Fielder is there. Dives in. Does Rebecca Stokel was just inches away. The question would remain if it did carry.
Was well hit, but again, you have to say that Stokel, she gave her best effort, but came up just a bit short. Bangladesh moving on to 70.
Comes down the wicket. His inside out shot you're talking about, but straight to Gabby Lewis. Down on her knees, but doesn't make any mistake. Laura Delaney takes the wicket. Here's what Ireland were looking for. They break the partnership. As Bangladesh, they lose another one.
Well, that's the breakthrough. A big wicket for Ireland. And some smart bowling there. Changing up her pace. The captain, Gabby Lewis, taking the wicket. Getting the catch, bowled by Laura Delaney. Again, it was a bit slower. She couldn't time it, and it resulted in an easy catch. Sharna disappointed, as she will be. She knows how important that wicket was of hers. Bangladesh now 70 for 5. Sharna Akhtar gone for 20 from 21.
Faima Khatun, the new batter in, is off the mark straight away. And rightly, what she does is gives the strike back to the set Sharmin Shupta. The partnership between Sharmin Shupta and Sharna Akhtar was what, 48. This is the wicket again. Inside out was full, yes, but did not get the elevation. Neither did she find the gap. The change worked for Gabby Lewis. And the follow-up wicket, this is what it does. Brings pressure onto the batting side. 71 for 5. As a result of the wicket, runs have slowed down slightly. Amy Maguire has been brought back again. Required run rate goes up to 9.14. Tricky situation for Bangladesh. Fahima on strike. Full toss. Doesn't middle it well. Will only get a single. Now, Sharmin Shupta in the first T20i, she was batting well. She was playing well. And one might feel that she was hungry for strike. The new batters came in, were going for the big shots. Yes, it was a big total. Now she is there in the middle, needs a bit of company and support.
Yeah, and currently the run rate is still below 6, 5.48 to be exact. Bangladesh requiring 62 from 41. They need more than singles now. A few boundaries. This time it swept along nicely. Again, just a single. But in search of the boundary, they need to figure out what they can do differently, how they can manipulate the field.
Again, you've just lost a wicket in the previous over. That's what pulls the pressure down. Shoulders getting heavy. Sharmin Shupta will have to take responsibility. Outside off. Played in front of square. Sweeper there. Singles. Ireland wouldn't mind that.
Absolutely, as the required rate goes higher and higher. Closer to 10 now.
Shupta was unbeaten on 23 of 13 in the first match. Again, running the first one hard. Second one not there. She's way past that. It's about getting the job done.
Into the 30s now, Shupta. She's the key batter.
Comes down the wicket. Straight to the fielder. Quick running yet again. Tight bowling from Amy Maguire. Another good over from Ireland's perspective. 77 for 5.
Yes, Ozzy!
58 required of 36. Required run rate getting closer to 10. Nahida Akhtar Jahanara.
Yes, Oz!
There's some of the batters to follow. Delaney fielding of her own bowling. And yet, 2 overs of Orla Prendergast and 2 overs of Arlene Kelly still remain.
All on this end, your lads.
Yeah, that's very key, Shaman, as you mentioned. 2 very accomplished bowlers. So that means 4 more difficult overs for Bangladesh to face.
Jannatul Ferdushamona. The helmet on. It's looking to come down the wicket. Pitched it full. Not giving her any room at all.
Again, dealing in singles for now, Bangladesh. They're coming down the track every delivery, just trying to get to the pitch of the ball, but not really manufacturing the result or the required result, which is a boundary.
Outside the off. There you go. Tried to manufacture that. But full credit goes to the Irish team. They're keeping it tight. They've bowled well. They've done their homework, but not only that, when the batters are in the middle, they've proceeded with a plan. And that seems to be coming off.
And the required rate creeps over 10.
Oh, good delivery, good delivery. Hit the back foot of Shupta, but just too straight, going down the leg.
Too good a delivery to really do anything about it. The bounce perhaps did her in. And as we can see, she's on 33 from 36, so she's been there for a while, but never has really gotten going.
Plays it straight, mid-off. Gabby Lewis throws to the keeper's end. Good awareness. The batter still managed a single.
Yeah, the throw was good, but there was always a run in there, but not more than one.
Bangladesh need a few big shots. Top edge, short fine leg, in contention, takes it. No big deal. Bangladesh lose their sixth. Fahima had to try something. She did, but didn't come off. Delaney gets her second.
Wow. Massive breakthrough here. And Bangladesh losing another wicket. Plenty of happy faces in the Irish camp, and Fahima, she's left to rue what could have been. Bangladesh falling farther behind in this match. Arlene Kelly making no mistake with the catch. Another wicket going down. And currently, after 15 overs, Bangladesh are 80 for 6. Fahima Khatun gone for 5.
Time for a change of voices in the commentary box. It's going to be Mazharuddin Ami along with Mohammad Isam.
Bangladesh kept losing wickets in crucial stages of this innings. With the fall of wicket, Jahanara Alam comes into the middle. She's got a job in her hand, but at the moment, Ireland bowlers keeping things really tight for the Bangladeshi batters. Last ball of the previous over. Fahima Khatun going for that slog sweep. And a good catch taken in the end by the fielder at short fine leg.
Olga Prendergast returns for her death overs. It was her death overs, her over at the end, penultimate over, that changed the course of the last game here in Sylhet. Now she's back for her last 2 overs.
T20 was different compared to this 135. You need to construct that innings, keep that in mind, that keeping wickets intact can play a very crucial role in this chase.
Yes, by the time the 4th wicket fell, the chase was all but over, but Shorna Akhtar and Sharmin Akhtar tried hard. Sharmin Akhtar still around, batting on 35. Still depending on her. Bangladesh need 54 of 27. The run rate is now 12 and over.
In the air. Oh, was that a drop? Yes, but a tough chance, must say. Ireland. Yes, but a tough chance, must say. Ireland was good today so far, grabbing those catches. Again, a well tried in the end by the fielder at cover.
Valiant effort. It was in her grip and that popped out. That was a chance. Jahanara going for that cut shot. Not given a lot of room by 𝗂𝗚-𝗫𝗄𝗃, who's still been excellent.
In the air, 𝗫𝗏𝗫 will it clear? No, again another drop catch. Is there a chance of a run out? It does. Oh boy, everything happened in that delivery, Sam. A drop catch and then a run out.
Amy Hunter had the presence of mind to get the throwback from Sarah Forbes from the deep field. It was a chance that went down. Sharmin Sukta going for that slog sweep. Dropped it in the square leg boundary. Threw it back. Amy Hunter was aware of what was going on. Jahanara was going for a run. She was nowhere in the scene as Amy Hunter celebrates with Amy Maguire. Jahanara walks off. She hasn't bothered the scorers. Bangladesh are 7 down now for 80 runs. The writing is on the wall, Mazhar. Doesn't look like a fairy tale comeback.
It's going to be really difficult, Isam, from this point. Especially the way Bangladesh kept losing wickets. And the required run rate jumping now over 12. Jannatul Shumona, the new batter. She can hit a few. But all eyes will be on Sharmin Akhtar. How she handles 𝗂𝗚-𝗫𝗄𝗃. Bowled really well. Outside edge. Fielder will cut it off. Singles won't work for Bangladesh, Isam.
Certainly not. That's why Sharmin Akhtar Supta went for that shot. But this is 𝗂𝗚-𝗫𝗄𝗃, who's been in good form with the ball. Finishes her third over now. Bangladesh are 81 for 7 in this chase. 84 for 7. 51 required in the last 4 overs. I wouldn't still call it a losing cause because teams have come back from this point. But wickets in hand will also play a factor. The rising run rate, it's already over 12. As Jannatul Firdaus Shumona takes strike. Doesn't have much to show for in terms of runs. But she'll have to do something with Sharmin Akhtar. Maybe hand over the strike to her and let Sharmin Akhtar do the scoring.
Arlene Kelly. She's now the second highest leading wicket taker for Ireland with 60 wickets in this format. Bowled really well on the other day in the first game as well. And so far, she's been terrific.
So Arlene Kelly was one of those who, I think she bowled the last over in that first T20i and got the job done.
Quick run taken again at short fine leg. We mentioned about Bangladesh losing too many wickets in the power play, Sam. In the first T20I, between 7 to 15 overs, Bangladesh managed to score 62 runs, but they lost 3 wickets. They didn't lost a wicket in the power play in the first game. In this game, between these overs, they managed to score 54 runs without losing a wicket, but the run rate was below 6.
Goes for it, Sharmin Akhtar Supta, but there is a fielder at long on. They take the second. There could have been a run out there. Arlene Kelly couldn't quite gather the ball. Perhaps she wasn't aware of how far down Jannatul Shumona was at her end. Maybe that's why she didn't really... If she was aware that Jannatul Shumona was way off, look at where Jannatul Shumona was. Still not there. Arlene Kelly couldn't quite gather the ball.
Again in the air, fielder Gabby Lewis at mid-off completes a very good catch. Sharmin Sukta, the only hope for Bangladesh, is now back in the hut. Arlene Kelly strikes yet again for Ireland as Sharmin Sukta departs after scoring 32 as Gabby Lewis takes a very good catch.
Yes, Gabby Lewis, of course, Ireland's best fielder, usually doesn't drop any. Goes for that shot again, Sharmin Sukta. She has already scored her highest in T20Is, but this was a good catch from Gabby Lewis. Celebrations are on for Ireland as they eye their series win. They can smell it. Bangladesh are 87 for 8.
Nahida Akhtar, the new batter for Bangladesh. She's done her job with the ball, but at the moment Bangladesh needs something special from her bat, as 𝗂𝗚 is on fire.
A beautiful slower ball, just that shot of her, the ball coming out of her side of her hand, and Gabby Lewis, perhaps one of the few Ireland fielders who doesn't really drop any.
It's now or never for Bangladesh, Isam. As you said, Ireland are sensing a victory. Again, a quick run taken. Is there a chance of a run out? Yeah, umpire will go upstairs to confirm that.
Yes, that could be an interesting chance there. Janaldar Shumona not quick off the blocks. We have a look at that replay. Amy Hunter, and she just got in. Did she? We'll have a look again. There, Amy Hunter gathers the ball. Direct hit would have been out. Yes, yes, that's a wicket for Ireland. 9 down. Yes, that's what the confirmation says. Shumona goes. She wasn't moving quickly enough. The throw catches her short. Amy Hunter gathers the ball again. Arlene Kelly with the side of the hand delivery. Throw comes in from Amy Maguire, and a nice bit of wicket keeping from Amy Hunter.
Shumona goes without making an impact, scoring 2 of 3. Bangladesh 87 for 9.
Neither times that from Arlene Kelly. Another slower ball from Arlene Kelly. Sanjita Meghla is the new batter. Interestingly, both batters are wearing specs, although they don't really wear specs when they're fielding or bowling.
Bangladesh needing 48 of 18 deliveries. It's been a very good performance for Ireland. First up with the bat, though they didn't manage to score what they did in the first T20i, but 134 was enough. There were quite a few starts in the middle. They were good in the field, grabbed those catches, and the bowlers were disciplined.
It was a very professional effort from Ireland in this series. Even the first match, how they managed to come back in the second innings to win by 12 runs. And here they are, just 1 wicket away, with both Bangladeshi tailenders now in the crease.
Gone. 𝗂𝗚 Prendergast finishes things off for Ireland as they go on to clinch the 3-match T20 series with a game in hand. And it has been a very good performance from the visitors. After coming off the 3-0 defeat in the ODI series, the visitors bounced back well and to play some very good cricket. First up winning the first T20i, and now sealing the second match and go on to seal the series 2-0 with a game in hand.
Ireland will be so proud of this performance. They were under a lot of pressure in Dhaka, losing that series 3-0. We can see all the celebrations. 𝗂𝗚 Prendergast, a brilliant performance with both bat and ball. Arlene Kelly, of course, with the wickets and that cunning slower ball that really foxed Bangladesh. The two teams walking off one set, very disappointed. Bangladesh, that is. It was Very good effort from Ireland, but Bangladesh couldn't quite keep up with them.
The last wicket to fall for Bangladesh, Nahida. As you mentioned, 𝗂𝗚-𝗫𝗀𝗃, undoubtedly performance from a player of the match from my point of view. Bowled brilliantly, batted brilliantly. And with this win, and with this series win, Ireland maintained their clean sheet in this year in T20 format. They haven't lost a series. In fact, they have won all those and drawn 2 against Sri Lanka and England. Bangladesh, on the other hand, lost their 3rd series in this year. First, they lost to Australia and then India. And this time it's Ireland wrapping things up.
The Irish players are now waving at the fans, taking a bit of a lap of honor around the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. The crowds haven't been there hasn't been a lot of crowd, but when you go outside, you can still hear them, and they've created a good atmosphere. Obviously, the Bangladesh players are disappointed. Sobhana Mustari, Fahima Khatun there, but it's all about the Irish today. An excellent performance from them as they go off to their dressing room. I'm sure it's time to celebrate, but we can see pictures of Jahanara and Fahima and the rest of the Bangladesh players disappointed.
Right, in chase of 135, Bangladesh were bundled out for 87. Sharmin Shupta, the top scorer, with 38 of 43, and Shorna Akhtar's 20. Other than that, none of the batters, apart from Dilara Akhtar, were able to reach the double-figure mark. That sums up the story for Bangladesh in chase of their 135.
The Ireland bowlers, 𝗂𝗚-𝗫𝗃𝗃, 3 for 13 from her 3.1 overs. Laura Delaney and Arlene Kelly with 2 wickets each. Alana Dalzell with the other wicket, and 2 runouts for Bangladesh. The follow wicket, that cluster wicket that Mazhar was talking about, at the start, during the power play, 4 wickets down for 22. Then a bit of a recovery, but then again another cluster towards the end. And towards the end, there was no run scored for the last 3 wickets that fell.
It's been a very professional performance from the visitors. As you mentioned, losing 3-0 in the ODI series and coming back so hard to go on to win this T20i series with a game in hand reflects a lot of character from this team. They showed great consistency and discipline with the balls. First up, the 2 openers were coming all guns blazing, but Sobhana Mustari was undone by a brilliant delivery by 𝗂𝗚-𝗫𝗃𝗃. Since then, there were chances every now and then created by the Irish bowlers, and they hold on to their catches today well. Gabby Lewis picked up a few good catches. Nigar Sultana missing out, trying to play that shot outside the off stump. And that was the return catch. Taj Nehar departed. That was a good shot, but there were no such partnership today, Sam, to go on to chase their target as they lost wickets in regular intervals.
Yes, and if you see some of the dismissals at the start, many of which, and we just saw Shorna Akhtar too, the balance wasn't there at the crease. They were moving it around the crease, but they were hitting on the offside sometimes. The captain Nigar Sultana, one of them, guilty of that sort of shot. And of course, Dilara Akhtar, there'll be a lot of talk about her approach. Ireland also got 2 runouts in the end, Jahanara falling way short. And that was the big one, Sharmin Akhtar-Supta. That was the wicket that sealed the game for Ireland. They had 2 more wickets to take. Another run out. Jannatul Firdaus couldn't quite reach the crease, and that was the last wicket. The sorry sight of Nahida Akhtar, but that's a smiling 𝗂𝗚-𝗫𝗃𝗃, a smiling Ireland. We'll look at the report card of this game. Ireland, of course, winning by 47 runs. Quite a big margin given how much they've scored in this game. 134, a middling score. There was talk about scoring 150, 160 on this wicket, but
rightly pointed out, Isam, it's been a professional performance. And we'll go downstairs for the flash interview with Shanu Rabbani.
So I've got the Ireland all-rounder, Laura Delaney, with me. Congratulations, Laura, on the series win. You scored 35 runs, took 2 wickets for just 16 runs with the ball as well. How does it feel?
Yeah, it's nice to get the series win. I think we've bounced back really well from the ODI series. Thought the girls were brilliant out there today. We definitely improved on the last performance. And personally, it's nice to contribute. I'm coming back from injury, but the girls really got behind me out there. So yeah, that was brilliant.
What do you make of the conditions in Sylhet? You know, how different is it from Dhaka, and have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, we've thoroughly enjoyed the series so far. I suppose the 2 wickets that we've played on have been good batting wickets. Today there was a bit more in it for the bowlers, and we took full advantage of that, and I think we backed that up in the field really well.
When Bangladesh were chasing, you know, when you scored a bit less than the first T20 international, what was the team talk, and how did you guys feel about the total you put?
Yeah, I think just being aggressive and fearless with the ball, and I think 𝗂𝗏 started off in the power play brilliantly, and that kind of shifted the momentum into our hands. We took a few early wickets, and then we were able to build on that, and I suppose that kind of led to our success.
All right, then, best of luck for the 3rd match, and congratulations once again on the series win.
Donabad.
Laura Delaney, the former captain, performer of this game, top scored with 35 of 25. And with the ball as well, picking up 2 for 16 from a 3 overs. Right, the match summary here. Bangladesh were all out for 87 in chase of 135. Ireland go on to win the game by 47 runs and seal the 3-match series with a game in hand. Right, we'll go for a short break. We'll come back with a post-match presentation.
হ্যালো 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 ভিতরে তো আছে হ্যালো বাইরে আছে দেওয়া আছে হ্যালো হ্যালো পাই না তো বাইরে হ্যালো পাই না এই পাইছি এখন ঠিক আছে না পাইছি এনে মনে কোনো ঝামেলা
was rather a one-sided affair in the second T20 international between Bangladesh and Ireland. Ireland winning the toss, putting 134 for 5. Laura Delaney top scoring with 35, 𝗿𝗲-𝗂𝗽𝗂𝗃 32, and ehimZ 23. Nahida Akhtar being the pick of the bowlers for Bangladesh, 2 for 20. Jahanara Alam, Shumona, and Fahima picking up a wicket each. In reply, Bangladesh faced a batting disaster up front, losing 4 wickets in the power play, with Sharmin Shupta top scoring with 38 of 43 and Sharna 20. But apart from that, none of the batters were able to make an impact, with 𝗿𝗲-𝗂𝗽𝗂𝗃 picking up 3 for 13, and Arlene Kelly and Laura Delaney took 2 wickets each as Ireland go on to win by 47 runs. And we are all set for the post-match presentation party with Shorturl Ghosh downstairs.
Hello and welcome everybody to the post-match presentation of the Sonora Bangladesh versus Ireland Women's Series powered by 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝐺. Just concluding the second T20 International here at the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium, and by winning this match by 47 runs, the Ireland women have sealed this series 2-0 already. So congratulations to the visitors and commiserations to the Bangladesh team. Well, first and foremost, I'd like to introduce the presentation party. To my left, first and foremost, Mr. Qazi Habibul Bashar Shuman, former captain of the Bangladesh cricket team and head of the women's wing of the Bangladesh Cricket Board. To his left is Mr. Mohammad Anik Propat, Executive Media Square Toiletries Limited. Welcome. The presentation party. Well, first and foremost, I would like to invite the captain of the Bangladesh cricket team, Nigar Sultana Jyoti, to please come and have a word, please. Jyoti, of course, must be disappointed. During the toss, you mentioned that you would have liked to have a bowl first. We're happy with how the bowlers performed?
But yeah, actually, because how we bowl in the last game, I think we bowled really well, much better today. And actually, we lost the game in the power play during the batting because we lost so many wickets and couldn't get what we wanted.
And how do you plan to come back from that?
See, seriously, lack of consistency is there because how we actually batted in the first game, Sobana and Dilara was excellent, and today they are getting out. So we didn't get the start we want, and I think what we can do, we have to focus on, especially on that area in the power play, so that we can take back something from the last game.
Was there still a bit of hope when Sharmin Shupta along with Sharna, they formed that partnership for the 5th wicket?
See, sometimes it happened actually when we lost early wickets. So Sharna and Shupta played really well there, and we are hoping like they had a very good partnership. So maybe something will happen. But when Sharna got out and we keep losing wicket, actually that time actually we are not thinking or like we cannot get over the line.
And credit to the Ireland team, they particularly bowled very well throughout the T20 series.
So yeah, definitely what they bowled in the ODIs, and they actually come up with a good plan, and they actually execute their plan very well, and they batted both the sides very well, and how they bowled today, it was really, it looks like they have some plan and they're trying to execute it.
Thank you very much. Wish you all the best for the future.
Thank you so much.
Nigar Sultana Jyoti, the Bangladesh captain. Now, up next is the award for the player of the match, and it was truly a tough call because we believe that it was truly a team effort from the Ireland team. Not to mention Laura Delaney performed with the bat and ball. Arlene Kelly took a couple of wickets, 2 important wickets, but it is someone who's deserved it. 𝗿𝗲-𝗂𝗽𝗂𝗃 for her all-round performance. Performed brilliantly in the first T20i also, but today, 32 of 25. Well, first and foremost, you need to collect the check and the crest.
Thank you.
𝗿𝗲-𝗂𝗃𝗃, Sonora Player of the Match, award of USD 500 check, jointly handed over by Mr. Qazi Habibul Bashar and Mr. Mohammad Anik Propat. A crest to be handed over by Qazi Habibul Bashar as well. And there's also something more. You've deserved it. A Sonora gift hamper to be handed over by Mr. Mohammad Anik Propat from Media Square Toiletries Limited to 𝗿𝗲-𝗂𝗃𝗃. Well, thank you, Orla. First and foremost, I need to say this. I haven't seen someone so eager to come and have a chat. Sometimes we need to call them. But yes, you deserve them all. You deserve it. Very well played.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely a great game, a real team performance. Very pleasing to put that on. After a great game last day, to back it up again is very exciting.
Well, I need to ask you this. Would you rate today's performance, your performance, higher or the one that of the first T20?
I think probably today's is a more complete performance. Yeah, put on a very good batting display, a lot of different players contributing, and to bowl in the field like we did, I think had a tough enough day last day in the field, and to come out with all the intent and positivity that we did, yeah, it's very pleasing.
And in terms of bowling, what's the plan that was ongoing that you put into action? We sort of observed that you were reading the batters and you had a particular plan against almost each and every batter.
Yeah, definitely. I think we took a lot from the last T20. Learned a lot about their players and the way they like to hit. Had some good chats between the games and came with very clear plans and executed very well.
I'm sure you all are going to enjoy this. Well-deserved player of the match, Orla Prendergast. Thank you very much. Oh, and in case you can hear that, it's the captain who's making the noise. Gabby Lewis, please, the winning captain.
Thank you.
Of the Ireland women's cricket team. Must be very happy. Shows on your face.
Yeah, very happy with today's performance. We knew that we were a bit off the mark the last game, so to turn around this game, it was, yeah, a brilliant game.
What was the word around in the camp, in the dressing room from the coach and the management after the ODI series?
I think we were a bit down, but like, you know, the messaging was just to refocus, and we knew that we had huge confidence in the T20 format, and that was the same after the last game. I know that we won, but we were quite down because it wasn't a performance that we're usually capable of. So we knew we could put it in today, and we've done that.
And with the bat in hand, you seem to be back in song. Amy Hunter, the rest putting up their hand as well. With the ball as well, as I mentioned, Delaney, Kelly, everyone chipping in.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the beauty of our team. You know, everyone's match winners. And I know, you know, today's wicket wasn't as good as the last one, and we stuck at it with Laura Delaney in the middle. It was absolutely brilliant.
How much does it mean to the team?
Really good. I think away from home as well. It's been a long tour, so get a series win. Yeah, hopefully a 3-0 will be good as well.
Congratulations, and wish you all the best for the future. Enjoy it. I know you'll love it.
Thank you.
Gabby Lewis, the captain of the Ireland women's team. Ireland have already sealed the series 2-0 with one more T20i to go. Back to the commentary box.
Thank you, Shaman Ghosh. Yes, a happy Irish captain, Gabby Lewis. Why not? Her team played brilliantly in both the T20 internationals, as Bangladesh bundled out for 87 in chase of 135. And they have already sealed the 3-match T20i series with a game in hand, but still got the third T20 international here at the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium on 9th of December. Bangladesh will be looking to bounce back and show something for the visitors to take forward. However, they go on to win the 3-match ODI series earlier. But I must say, a brilliant comeback from the visitors, winning the 2 matches up front. And this time it was more convincingly, though, compared to the first one. Bangladesh will be looking to make an impact in the third game, and will wait for the third game on 9th of December. We'll be live here at Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. Until then, a very good night from here.